24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Carve the place out for us, because no one wants a vibe. Finally a show to love. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's not lonely at the top, 'cause everyone's right here. For us there's no hard stop. Forever in your ear. 24 on 24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 on 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Copy me, I know you will. I do it first every time. Your shit is stale, no one cares, but he's gonna shine. I'm just a baby. Your dad loves me more. I say what everyone is thinking. Typical Fall River whore. 24 and 24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 and 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. No more repos, mama got a bag. I do what I please and do it with ease. Number one show in all the land. Haters listen longer. Everyone say hi to Jim. Let's lock in. It's time to ride. Pat Ford over everybody. Now, 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 now. 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 Love for my besties and bunnies.
All right, good morning. Welcome to 24 on 24. I'm your host, Jess Machado. We're in the car. We're driving back from bringing Georgia to school. How is everybody? Good morning. I see you all in the comment section saying, hi, Jim. Hi, Jim. Good morning. Good morning, Ben Rosa. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Lauren. We're all in the car. We're all in the car. We're going to start today's show off in the car for a little bit of a drive, and then we're going to head into the office because I need my laptop because we're going to go over a couple of things today. Not other streams. We're going to go over some written word today. We're going to read Jolene's diary entries, where she talks about the craziest shit in the world, and it is just going to remind all of you who listen to Jolene, whether it's you'd listen for loyalty out of me, whether you listen like hate listen and you just can't stand what you're listening to, but you can't turn away, or whether you love Jolene. In order to understand where we are today with Jolene, we need to go back in time and understand the person behind the pink microphone, the person behind the slightly masculine physique, and learn about who she is as a person. The only way to do that is by reading her old blogs where she talks and she says, don't worry, it's common. Everybody hates the prettiest girl in the room. That's not true, Jolene. When I see the prettiest girl in the room, I go over to her and I ask her where she got the shirt she's wearing. I'm not intimidated by her. I want to be her friends. And also, I'm always the prettiest girl in the room. So I get that's why you don't like me. You fucking weirdo. You are fucked up in the head. You are fucked up. There is something fucking wrong with you. The way that you approach like women and men and people and life is so fucking crazy. There is absolutely no, like, it just makes sense that you sit behind a microphone and make fun of me for 5 hours, is I guess what I'm going to say. Like, it makes total sense when I read this stuff that you've written and I go, okay, so the mentality of this woman is that when you walk into a room and there's a pretty girl there, like your default emotion is that you hate her or you're jealous of her. That's how your brain is wired, which clearly equates to doing a 5-hour live stream on someone you've never met before and picking apart everything she does, however good or bad, and then like making fun of the whole thing, fat shaming me. This is so on brand for you. And I have to wonder, is this all a joke? Is this all who you really are? Like, a lot of people would say, like, it's how she acts. It's her show. It's her shtick. It's what she does. But is it? Because when you read about her and her thoughts and how she approaches people, I don't think it is. I think she really is this kind of person, which then makes me wonder, what kind of a parent are you? And that always leads me down the path of I judge people based on what kind of parent they are. And I'm gathering that Jolene is not a good parent. And so, I mean, listen, it's not that deep. I'm not taking it that seriously. But listen, I won't write a song about Jolene because Jolene's not worthy of a song. Like, she's just not. But there is something wrong with somebody who does what she does. I could have a 4-hour stream on 24 on 24, and I could talk about the broken baker getting a fleshlight for about 4 minutes, which was about the time that I talked about it. And then I could go on and talk about my life and my marriage and my mom and my kids and politics and Old Town Hall and all that stuff. I could sprinkle that in. But there would be something wrong with me, right? If I spent every single day, 5 hours a day, taking what someone else said and then pausing it and then making fun of it and then pushing play and then pausing it and making fun of the person. This is a very gross behavior. And the worst part about it is that she earns a living from it. She earns a living from it. And it is just the most peculiar behavior I've ever seen. And I also should mention, by the way, what Jolene's doing to me, this is the first time I've ever seen that on YouTube. And it has also unlocked a whole other group of people that do it on YouTube. Like, that's what they do. But I've never seen this before. I did not know this existed. Now, granted, I didn't really understand like the crime YouTubers and the law YouTubers. And I didn't even know there were Big Brother YouTubers out there. I didn't know. But I didn't know that there were people that just do what Jolene's doing. That is a side of the internet that is like fucked up and sad, if you ask me. And the other thing that I noticed is like at times, can you tell I listened to almost like an hour or two of an episode? Not full, but listened to multiple parts of it. The way that she talks and says like, no, you can't do that. And like, this is how, like, Jolene, your life to this point is equally as of a mess. Why do you think that you're the authority on how people should act or react? Jolene, why are you making fun of me being a broke bitch? Why? You were also a broke bitch. You also are fat. I'm fat, you're fat, or you were fat. Why do you do that? It's so weird. So anyway, we're going to transition away from this and we're going to get to the studio and we're going to read some stuff. Just some light reading. And just one more thing about Jolene, and I'll mention. I heard her say, okay, we're going to play Jess Machado's like Jolene Janice call from today or something like that. And I just like was like, oh, I'm just gonna private it just so that she has to like go on the screen and look for it, which is exactly what she did. So she was like looking around for it, and then the chat was like, oh, she privated it, and so then somebody gave it to her. Shout out Law Girls. Law Girls downloads every one of my shows. Is that fucking nuts? It's crazy. So anyway, I did private it, but it was only like as a joke. Like they're back public again. It was just like funny. Was it supposed to be funny? Maybe it was. Maybe it fell flat. Hey, I'm not a comedian in Los Angeles. What do you want from me? We're heading to Society, and then we're gonna go and get an acai bowl from Chop Smoothie. Good morning. It's Friday. It is the I don't have it in front of me. It's almost America's 250th. It's tomorrow. Many people are off today because it is a holiday tomorrow, so they have today off. We're popping in the line at Society for our whole milk coffee because milk does the body good. I am not sick. I was screaming a lot last night during the Portugal game. Listen, that was a crazy, crazy game. So let me walk you through it. Also, I'm all over the place. We don't have an agenda. Listen, I don't understand what hyping really, really means. I only know that when Jimmy had a song and people would say hype it, I would hype it. So I would just push the button and hype it. But what I think, if I'm correct, YouTube has the top 100 videos in the United States, and they are ranked by hype. And my Doughboy Can reached 99 yesterday, which is absolutely fucking insane. I'm almost sad that we created additional songs like After the Wilbur and Big Husky because I've forgotten about the Doughboy Can. I'm not going to play it right now. But I'm just saying, like, people use their hypes to hype up the Doughboy Can, and it was 99 on the hype list. I can't even. It's so funny. What an accomplishment. I will take it. For those of you who don't know, Jimmy was number one on the hype one time. It was number one. Such an accomplishment. Jimmy walked so I could run. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm not playing it yet, Laura. Wait, did you say I'm not 65 on the hype list, am I? That would be stupid. That would be fucking dumb. It's 81. Oh, it was the 12 days of Meredith. I can't believe we made the hype list. It's fucking nuts. Let's get a coffee. Okay. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up at 65. Shut up. Shut your face. There's no, it cannot be 65. It's working. It's working. Drag me for a month. Get everybody to unsubscribe. Lie about me swatting y'all. Make up all these lies. Call me a racist. Do all your shit. I'm just going to write a song about you and let it move up the charts. Thank you. That's so funny. How great is that? How great is that? I can't even, that is just, that's wild to me.
Who can send a text message full of hot demands? Pretend he's so strong with the words he sends. The Doughboy can. The Doughboy can. Who can open up my box using his thick man hands? Thank me for all my gifts in front of all of his friends. The Doughboy can. The Doughboy can. shut you out right when he's had enough. Ooh, the doughboy can. The doughboy can. Apologize to him because that's just what he needs. Bow at his feet and beg, no fleshlights please. Who can tell a lie? And then a couple more. Paddle his way into your heart. You're just a crazy whore. The doughboy can. If the doughboy can.
That, my friends, is the 68th hype song. 60th hype song on all of the YouTube lands. How great is that? Thank you to everybody for that. It's how we heal. So my voice is fucked up because Portugal played last night. So let me just walk you through my day, because that's the content everybody really likes too. And we're going to drive around and we're going to give a little bit of like the old style 24 on 24. So obviously United States played on Wednesday night and they're advancing. We are in the elimination rounds. Okay. So like if you lose, you're out, you're not going forward anymore. These are very, very important games. So keep that in mind. Next, United States played and won, which is absolutely fucking nuts in itself. Trust me on this. Okay. It's just, trust me, trust Jeffrey on this. Now Portugal plays, and I will say the best part about the World Cup is that my kids are into it. Well, all of them except Georgia. She's not into sports. But Jack is into it. Actually, Georgia is actually asking for updates, unless I digress. Jack is more into it than Georgia, and Julia and Aiden are more into it than Jack. But either way, the best part about this, and we've watched World Cups every 4 years, the best part about this is that I have people to share it with and to talk about. I've always had Jeffrey, and before Jeffrey, I always had TT. But now I have like my fam. Hold on, let's pay for a coffee. Hi, good morning. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Any plans for the weekend?
I'm hosting at my home, pool parties and stuff. What about you?
Working.
No.
That's okay though. I'll get to see some flowers at one tomorrow.
Okay, that's not bad. I know. How old are you? Like around?
19.
Yeah, my kids, they're all young. They're all working too. I
It's
know.
good though. It's worth the money.
We appreciate you guys working so we don't have to.
Of course. No, that's what it's for.
Yeah,
You don't want to be working.
I know.
Plus, you guys work more than us.
Yeah, I don't. I'm on the internet for a living, so I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I do a live stream every day.
Nuh-uh. I
Uh-huh.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
What do you do?
I talk about everything and nothing at the same time.
Really?
I'm-
What do you watch?
I'm on YouTube,
What's your name?
Jess Machado Show.
Okay, I'm gonna check
One of the girls who works here, her mom listens to me every day, so I don't.
Oh, she was talking-
Yeah.
she was talking about-
Yeah,
She was talking about that. She was like, one of the girls who comes here does stuff online. She said a podcast.
I'm live right now, so just normally I don't engage with you, but they knew who Derek was because Derek used to work here. We talk to Derek every day, but yeah, I do it every day.
That's awesome.
It's a good job. It's fun.
Yeah, sounds like it. I'm gonna check it out.
Jess Machado Show.
I thought.
Thank you. I'm gonna pay for the lady behind me too. She's a local.
I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good morning.
Happy 4th. I'm gonna pay for the lady behind me too. Thank you.
Good luck. 24.
You got it. Tell her happy birthday, America, for me when you give it to her. Okay. Have a great day. See ya. America. All right. So Julia was meeting a girlfriend for dinner, so she wasn't able to join, but Aiden was able to meet us. So we were like, and he was bringing friends with him because they all wanted to watch the game. So normally we would go to like a Portuguese bar or club, but the younger guys, probably we weren't sure if they were going to be into it. So we chose to go to a place called Barrett's. There's 2 Barrett's in Fall River, one up north and one near the water. Aiden got there ahead of us because we had to drive Georgia to work, and Barrett's had like a wait. It was crazy packed. So Aiden was like, it's not happening. So Jeff and I made the executive decision to go to Fall River Sport, which is Fall River Sporting Club. It's a soccer club. I prefer Fall River Sport to watch all the games. So Aiden gets there first. I get a text from him. He's like, I already made friends with somebody here. And I was like, that is just what Fall River Sport is. So let me explain it to you. And if anybody is from the area, you know what Fall River Sport is. Or maybe you don't, but go there. So Fall River Sport is deep in the heart of Little Portugal, right in where TT used to live, right off of Columbia Street. It's just a small little building, but when you walk in, you're right at the bar, and they have TVs everywhere and always play soccer games, whether it's Santa Clara, whether it's Benfica, Porto, Sporting. They play all of the soccer games there. And then obviously they're going to play the World Cup. This is the premier location to watch a Portuguese soccer game. I promise you. If you're not Portuguese, consider it. The vibe is unmatched. So first of all, just understand the majority of the people who are there are men, right? And somehow they all look and sound the same. Now, many of these men, well, let me digress. Pause this stream of consciousness for another stream of consciousness. I have dated Portuguese men in the past. They are short and hairy, but wonderful. I love them. They're great. My husband is the opposite of the quintessential Portuguese man. And my husband is 100% Portuguese. His family is from the Azores. They're actually from Santa Clara and San Miguel. My husband is the opposite. My husband is tall, and has almost no hair on his body. And he is like very good looking. He is the opposite of the traditional Portuguese man that I grew up around, which in my family were shorter and hairier. They all just kind of look the same. So when you walk in, I'm just saying, just expect this is what you're going to expect, okay? You could have let me go, but it's fine. You can merge ahead of me. Of course, he has the silver balls dangling from the back of his Toyota Tundra. You know those. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted that little side quest about my husband because he's very good looking. So we get in, and Aiden's already got a table. And there's all the TVs are on. It's all the men. They're at the bar, and they got all these tables, no frills tables, just plain wooden tables. Those old style chairs from like event halls. You know what I'm talking about. They're metal, and they're kind of like tall at the top, and you know what I'm talking about. And anyway, that's it. It's cold. You can get 3 fucking beers for $12, and the kitchen is open. In the kitchen is Maria and Maria. They are both sweating their asses off, cooking Portuguese food for all of the people there, whatever you want. They have a limited menu. Jeff goes over and he says, listen, they got like 3 things on the menu today because it's too hot. And what do you want? So I say, order 3 orders of shrimp Mozambique and 3 orders of French fries for the table. Just hear me out on that. So that's it. They get to work. They come over, they bring it over to you. Now, the kitchen has a window, so to speak, so from in the kitchen, they can look out into the hall where we all are. Maria and Maria 2, or Maria Squared, are watching us to see if we need anything. They're watching just like a regular Vavo would in real life. They're watching to see, are you eating? Are you eating? Are you not eating? You got to eat. And are you almost done? Do you need more? Do you need me to come and clean this up for you? They watch every table that they give the food to, And then the second the food is done, they come right out from behind and they say, I don't know how they say it. My husband understands what they say. Basically, was it good? Are you full? Do you want more? So this is all happening while we're getting to watch Cristiano Ronaldo play in the World Cup at 41 years old and score a goal from a penalty kick. It's just, life is grand. And then the game just took a fucking crazy roller coaster turn. It was goals, but offsides. It was goals. It was offsides. Chrissy sat out. They pulled Chrissy out, for fuck's sake. And everybody's like, that's all right. That's all right. The guys at my table, these kids who don't know, you can't come back in and play at the end if it's a shootout if you get out. So you better get the business done before you get to that point, because Chrissy can't come in once he's out. He's out. By the love of God, we pulled it off. You get the extra time at the end of the match, right? To make up for everything. 10 extra minutes, and this fucking thing is going on and on and on. I'm like, when are they going to call it? When are they going to call it? Fucking, they score a goal. This is in the extra time, and thank God the guy was offsides. Thank God. So Portugal won. They are moving on. I don't know, as of yesterday, I'm not sure who we're playing. I think we might be playing Spain. If it's Spain or Brazil, I think. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Now, it was a little crazy in there afterwards. Everybody ended up moving outside, beeping the horns and going crazy. If it were daytime, there would have been some sort of like a, car caravan around Columbia Street. I've participated in more of those than I can count. But with that being said, it was late. Some of these people are working today, so it didn't get crazy. Spain, are we playing Spain? All right. This is just a very exciting time, is basically what I'm saying. My voice is going to get better as I talk, and I'm drinking my coffee. It's because I was screaming so much. Now, remember the other day on the show, the thumbnail picture was of me with a bunch of Portuguese guys at a Portugal club. That was at Casa do Benfica, right? And I said to you that guy in the front, his name was Blackie. And the day that I hung out with those guys, I actually got pink eye. I kid you not. Guess who was fucking at Florida Sport yesterday for the game? Blackie. Now, an update on Blackie. Nothing has changed. My husband will allow Blackie to get handsy with me because it's Blackie. He said the exact same thing today as he did the last time I saw Blackie. I said, Blackie, get your hands off of my lower back. And he goes, oh, you're so sexy. And my husband just laughs and walks away. He does not fucking care. For some reason, Blackie gets to be handsy with Jeffrey's wife. Whatever. I don't know if Blackie is on the Ozempics, but Blackie is half the man that he used to be. He is very, very, very skinny. I don't know how this happened. I don't know what's happening with Blackie, but Blackie is half the man he used to be. I have pictures of him. I'll share them when we get home. Now, I think I told you Blackie's wife had been very, very sick for many, many years. Blackie's wife did indeed pass away. But don't worry, Blackie found another Portuguese woman, and he is married to her now. And I said, when I saw him, I said, Blackie, I said, I'm not sure. I said, but did your wife pass away? And he goes, not yet. And I went, oh, your wife's still alive? He goes, oh, my first wife, she's gone. This one, not yet. And I was like, Blackie, that's not what you say. The guy's a fucking legend. So then I pulled out that picture because I had just had it, obviously, because I shared it. And I showed it to him, and he was so happy. So happy. He said, I was meaning to ask you for this. And I was like, oh, you remember I have it? And he goes, well. And I was like, well, I didn't say anything. I didn't know what he was meaning. I didn't know what he was going for. I do now. So later on, I'm sitting at the table with the kids and my husband. We're watching the game, and Blackie's leaving. He's got a curfew. He can't stay. He's got to go. Wife number 2 wants him home. She doesn't want him getting handsy at the Fall River Social Club, soccer club. So he comes over to the table and he goes, meow, 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 24 on 24. I went, Blackie? What? He goes, well, you think I don't listen to your show? And I went, Blackie. And another Portuguese guy standing, he grabs him by the neck and pulls him over. He goes, you see this girl right here? She's got the show. You listen to it on the YouTube every day. And I was like, Blackie, you listen to 24 and 24. He goes, meow, meow, 24 and 24 with this thick Portuguese accent. And then he comes over to me and he goes, fuck Maura Healey. And I was like, Blackie, I didn't know you were political. He goes, fuck that bitch. I need to tell you, we don't want her as our governor anymore. Who are you picking? And I said, Brian Shortsleeve. He goes, you come here, you bring the signs, you bring the Brian Shortsleeve here. And I was like, what? He goes, you bring the Shortsleeve here to the club. And I was like, okay, Blackie, I will bring Brian Shortsleeve to the club. So Team Shortsleeve, just so you know, they're ready for you, okay? Blackie knows what's up. Blackie knows what's up. So anyway, we ended up watching the game. The food was great. Everything was fantastic. I had one Corona with my shrimp Mozambique. Now, stream of consciousness. I had my gallbladder removed the year I met Jeff and started dating Jeff. We had only been dating for a couple of months. I got sick. I had a fever. I had an infection. I went to the doctor. They were like, you're just fighting something. They gave me an antibiotic. Antibiotics were not working. Couldn't figure out what was going on. I went back and they did like some tests and they were like, there's something wrong with your gallbladder. It needs to come out. So I was like, okay. So I had to have emergency surgery to get my gallbladder removed. And it wasn't that big of a deal. But ever since I had my gallbladder removed, there's been things about my life that have like changed. The first thing is I can't drink beer anymore. Something happens where I can't drink beer. However, I can drink beer that has fruit in it. So if I squeeze fruit into my beer, like a lime or an orange, I don't know if it tempers the acidity. Who knows? All I know is that I can usually have one Corona and I can usually have like a half of a Blue Moon. And I don't really drink beer anymore for that reason. It just doesn't go well with my stomach. But there was something about being there. I wanted a fucking cold fucking beer. And I have to settle on a Corona, which is like blasphemy inside this place, but whatever. And Super Bock only. And so anyway, I had one beer. With that being said, I could now drive and everybody drank. So we ended up having to drive a couple people home. Safety. We're very crazy about DUIs in my family. So we had to do some logistics. We had to move. We let the kids drink is what I'm saying. That's what happened. We let the kids drink. So Jeff had 2 beers or whatever. And then later on, Jeff drove 8-inch truck home, 8-inch Jeep home. And then I followed them there and then dropped all of them off. And then everybody was where they needed to be. So we did that. So it was great. It was a really great time. I was really happy, but I yelled a lot. And see, my voice is already sounding better. It was just a little rough. So it was great. Why can't you park there? So strange. Okay, we can't even park here. What? This is peculiar. Also, anyway, all right. So that was wonderful. I just wanted to give you an update. That's where we're at. I don't seek out information about the next games. I just wait for my husband to tell me next day, next team, next location, and then we get ready to rally for Portugal. The Ronaldo shirt that I wore for the other game, I wore for this one. It's got Mozambique sauce on it. We can't wash it. Just gotta leave it. Just gotta leave it as is. All right, perfect. So anyway, so that's where we're going. Update on my animals, just because that's what our show is built on, talking about our life and our family. We purchased 2 snails for Sam Rothstein's tank. Did I tell you this? Okay. So shout out Blackie. So we bought, if you're new here, Doughboy is not 53, you fucking idiots. Shut your mouths. Oh my God. We are on to Spain. I'm in a group chat with the family. On to Spain. Fuck. Ugh. All right, it's fine. Son of a bitch. 53. Jesus Christ. So if you're new here, thank you for being here. Thank you for hate watching as well. My daughter left home, and to make myself feel better, I bought myself an emotional support beta fish. And that was Gingy. She was the fish that was last on the shelf, and she had been there for a long time. Everybody please hype my video, I guess. Okay. Do you not know? I don't know what that means. Just go watch the video and hype it. Come back. I'll be here. You're not going to miss anything. It's just stupid conversations we have here. Don't worry. It's trash. It's trash here. So I bought myself an emotional support fish. I had an old tank. It was 10 gallons. What do I have? A 5-gallon tank? 10. I had an old 10-gallon tank. So I went and got a fish, and she's Gingy. She's white. And she was like the longest beta fish on the shelf. It was discounted so much, and they just 75% off. Just poor thing. Nobody wanted it. So I went and brought her home and gave her a wonderful habitat. She lives in a mansion, essentially. Gingy lives in a mansion. And then I went there for I don't know what, and I was like, I feel like I could handle another one of these. Now, Gingy is named after Gingy from Casino, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And then we got Sam Rothstein, Ace Sam Rothstein, in a separate 5-gallon tank. And that's also been really fun at first. It was fine. And then the last one that we added to the component was originally, it was, what did I call him? Now I can't remember, but I named him something. Oh, Calvin Giraldi, which is a name of a Boston Red Sox pitcher who I met when I was little, and he signed a napkin for me. But Jeff refused to have a Red Sox player, even if it's a fish name, in the house. And so I renamed him to Jose Canseco, right? Because Jose Canseco has a wife and her name was Jessica. His daughter's name is Josie. But anyway, that's it. Jose Canseco. They're all 75% off beta fish that nobody wanted to buy. We take them and we like resurrect them and give them better habitats. Well, fucking Sam Rothstein, this goddamn fish. So we don't put filters on them, okay? Because filters can cause anxiety in beta fish. They don't like the sound. They don't like the rumbling, right? So we buy tanks, but we clean them out, usually once a week. Gingy, she keeps her house pristine. I barely have to do anything to it. Maybe every other week I clean it. And even then, the water is clear. Everything is great. Jose Canseco also. Now he has a smaller tank, which is fine, but it's better than what he had. I'm not doing 10-gallon tanks for beta fishes. That's crazy. But goddamn fucking Sam Rothstein, I don't know what this fucking fish is doing, but he is literally destroying his tank, and it was getting green in less than 7 days. And I'm like, here I am looking at this. When you have a fish tank that's dirty, I already feel bad about myself every day because of what people say about me on the internet. I don't need to walk by a fish tank with green in it and like hate myself and be like, you're a fucking failure. So I like would start getting mad at Sam Rothstein. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in this tank, dude? You're by yourself. Like, why is this tank green? So I talked about it here. And somebody was like, oh, go get snails. I go to the place. I say, what's the issue? They're like, maybe you want to get a filter for them. I get the filter. I still don't want to do it. I'm not doing it. So what do? I buy 2 fucking snails. I don't know a thing about snails. People at PetSmart just say, here, you put these 2 snails in. They are going to eat all of the green stuff and they're going to keep the water clear. Oh, you don't say. Okay. So they just eat that. Well, we're going to suggest you buy these little pellets and you put them in to supplement their food. And I go, sure. Can someone explain the K thing to me? Yes. Good morning, Pat Ford. I have a tendency when I speak to add a K at the end of things that end in G. And Jimmy noticed it, and then he would start talking about it. And so then it started with good morning, Ben Rosa. So if you listen, I say good morning, Ben Rosa. There's like a K there. Good morning, Ben Rosa. And so then I started saying good morning, Ben Rosa. And now everybody makes fun of it. But everybody adds K's to the ends of their fucking live streams now. Like they think they're making fun of me. But again, I'm a trendsetter. I do it first. Right. Okay. So Sam Rothstein is being a total degenerate. He's fucking up his tank. I get the 2 snails. Then they sell me, I got to get these pellets for these snails. Sure. Get the pellets. Now I put the pellets in. Now these pellets don't get eaten and they're like getting on the bottom of the tank. To make a long motherfucking story short, the snails have not helped the tank. Okay. We still have a problem. The tank is actually now more murky faster than it was before. Okay. So now I have 2 snails that I have to take care of, but they didn't do what they're supposed to do. And I want to get rid of the snails. I want to go back and bring them back to PetSmart and say, I don't even fucking want this. I don't want it. I don't want these snails. I got 1 white one and 1 black one to not be racist. And they don't do anything. They don't even interact with you. They suck on the side of the glass and they just sit there and they do nothing. So now in this tank, I've got a fucking fish by the name of Sam Rothstein who is doing something to his tank. At this point, he's doing it in protest. He sees flush the snails. Never. I can't flush them. What the fuck is wrong with you? So now I got these 2 snails in there, a green tank, and I'm cleaning it now because I can't walk by it because I feel bad. I'm cleaning this tank now every 3 days. Every 3 days, 4 days, I'm cleaning this tank. As soon as it starts getting green, I clean the tank. Now, the next fucking step is we have to take everything out of this tank, throw everything away. The gravel, the plants, everything. Completely disinfect the tank and start all over again. Does that sound like a project that I want to partake in this weekend? The answer is no, but we are going to have to do it because of this goddamn fish. Now, once we do this, if this fish continues to turn his tank green, we're filtering up. Cams up? No. Filters up. You're getting a fucking filter. If the vibrations are stressing you out, Sam Rothstein, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. I walk by you with my head hanging down in shame in my own home. In my own home. So we have an issue. We're going to have to fix it. And what's worse is they're in the kitchen on the mail counter. He's over there. And right across the way from him is Gingy, and her tank is pristine and she's so pretty and she interacts with me. And then I look at him and I'm like, ew. Somebody sent me a rock. One of the besties sent me a rock. It's supposed to like absorb all of it. Didn't work. It didn't work. Can you imagine me like walking in to like the Animal Rescue League and being like, hi, I would like to surrender these 2 snails. They're going to be like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? What do I do with them now? You want me to put them on Facebook Marketplace? Hi, 1 white, 1 black snail so that we are not racist. Up for grabs. Please take them. They'll be in a bag. What do you want? I don't even have a tank for them. What do you want? What do I do? Now I don't want these things anymore. Doughboy is 50. Stop. So I have a problem. I need to figure out what to do with these 2 snails. They're not working. So we're going to figure it out. I don't know, but I just wanted to give you an update on that. Now, the second thing that we need to update you on with the pets, the 2 birds, it looks like, remember I told you that all of a sudden there was like a major problem with birdseed everywhere and it was becoming a major problem. I think she's nesting. I don't know everything about it. I'll leave it to the chat. Somebody's going to research it. But I think because now it started again, it stopped and now it started again. I think that she's trying to nest. So I have 2 birds. I think I know one is a male and one is a female. I've seen them. I've seen the blue bird mount on her and give it to her. Yes, parakeets. And I think she is of the age now, and I think that's what's happening. So now the pet situation with the birds is I am now looking into, yes, he mounts her. It's crazy. It's like a game. I watched it. When I was working from home before and writing at my dining room table, I would occasionally see this happen because I'm just sitting there. It's quiet. He will like go next to her, hop up next to her. She will jump down. And this goes back and forth for like 10 fucking minutes. Okay. They hop up on a branch, goes down, hops up, goes down, hops up, goes down. And then eventually, like, she starts to change her behavior where she doesn't go down. She just turns away from him and he like stays. You know what I mean? It's just this whole fucking mating ritual that I've observed. And then the bluebird will mount her and they sing. There's like noises and he's he's mounting her. And I don't know how it works. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I don't want to talk about it, but I clearly have a male bird and a female bird. And like, it's Vincent and Mia, and they're named after the characters from Pulp Fiction. So anyway, Vincent and Mia, I think, are of the age now, and I think she is trying to nest. So now I am in the market for all new parakeet things. Is this a crazy thing to do? 9 years after we got them? Yes. I have no idea how long these things live for. Apparently, it could be a very long time. But we're going to upgrade the surroundings and we're going to give her some things in case this is what she wants to do. I think it's almost impossible for her to have a viable pregnancy or egg, but I think maybe that's what's happening. So now they have a very big cage. So the cage that they suggest that you get when you buy the parakeets, we bought the bigger one on that day. But during COVID, when we had all that stimmy money, of course I upgraded them to like the best parakeet condo in the world. And I was like, they get to live in style. So they have a big one. It's tall, it's big, there's plenty of room in it. And when I clean it, I always rearrange all the furniture so it like fucks with their brains and they think they're in a new place, right? So anyway, to make a longer story short, while on the stream of consciousness, I'm pretty sure there's some sort of mating, nesting pregnancy situation going on with the birds. So I am going to start paying attention and looking for, I would like to give them a water feature. Is this too much to ask? I want some sort of a fountain inside their enclosure so she can like bathe. They go inside their dish where the water is, but then it's their, I want a water. I would like a water feature inside their new home. So I'm going to be looking for a new house for them, a new condo. I would like it to have a water feature. I just want them to like upgrade. Like, we're making money here now. And I told you there would be signs. And the signs are the parakeets get a new home. Okay. That's the update with them. Quincy is still being Quincy. Quincy is totally fine. Quincy is loving his life. He seems unbothered by everything. He is an athlete. He is a legend. He is living his best life. He's very happy. He's very attached to his dad. Everything is fine with Quincy. Reagan, we are obviously in the later stages of Reagan's life. He is older. Okay, we believe that Reagan is like around 12, 13. We're not sure. We've had Reagan for 11 years. So at a minimum, 12 years. But we think he's closer to 13 or 14. We talked about him going to the groomer. I purchased dog shearing tools. I turned them on and they are indeed very low volume, almost no noise. It was a great buy. And we tested a little patch on Reagan, and I think we're going to be able to do it. The only problem we have right now is that where we would normally do this is the sunroom, right? And it's 100 fucking degrees in there. So we are going to wait until next week when it's going to be like 70 degrees, and I will update you on the dog shearing situation. But I think we tested a little patch, and I think it's going to be fine. Now, you hear me talking about the bird baby. I told you what is missing from this movement, from the third dimension, or from everybody out here actually, is a baby. Nobody has a baby. Nobody has a baby. A baby could heal all of this. A baby could fix everything. We could all bond over the baby. We could make baby merch. We could do baby meet and greets. We could just talk about babies and bottles and sleep schedules and wet nurses, and we could like get up in the middle of the night and do a live stream because we got to have a baby. Like, babies, we need a baby beyond me. I'm just a baby. Wait, hold on. You can't talk in a baby language. You can't. Jolene said that you cannot talk in a, hold on. I'm going to get it. I know we're all too old for babies. I know. Hold on. Listen, Jolene said you can't talk in a baby voice. It's the worst thing you can do. She's ahead of her time. Hold on, I'm going to get it. Oh, I got to find it. Stay with me for a second. Jolene is just the worst. She's such a hypocrite. When I read these things, she's so, oh, she's a fraud. Where is it? I can't even, there's a thing where she's like, just, if you're with a guy, never talk baby. It's so unattractive or something like that. Like, I don't know. I read one of these blogs. See, this is what makes me so sad about Jolene, right? There's a blog where Jolene, I'm not kidding you. Jolene recounts a story about being bullied when she was a kid. And she was very excited to go roller skating. And she got invited and she was very excited, and she was very excited to go there amongst her peers. She was younger, like teen or preteen. She was really excited. And she said that when she got there, she went and rented her skates, only to find out that all of the kids that were there had their own skates, like pretty skates with like colors and white and charms on them or whatever. And she was mortified that she didn't have those kinds of skates. And her skates were brown, and they made fun of her. And like she was embarrassed and she didn't have a good time. And I was reading it and it made me feel very, very sad for her. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I feel very sad for her that happened to her. You know, it made me feel sad for her. That's all I'm going to say. It was just a whole blog about this experience, and it was actually sad. And I'm not saying that to be facetious. It makes me wonder, like, if that really happened to you and those words are true, right? I'm assuming they're true. Well, let's read it. I recently went roller skating for the first time since my youth, and it brought me right back to those torturous junior high years. Upon entering the rink, I had what they could only be compared to an LSD flashback. Even though I was never cool enough to have done LSD, skating on a roller rink again turned me back into that insecure girl who was desperate to be liked. Despite being 32 years old, as a group of preteen girls skated past me, I thought, act cool, Jolene, and whatever you do, don't do that thing you do when you're nervous where you smile and drool on yourself. I spent every Friday night from the ages of 13 to 15 years old at the roller skating rink. During this time in my life, rolling around and around the shiny hardwood floors of Saints North Skating Rink in Maplewood, Minnesota was the place to see and be seen in the early 90s. I was first introduced to Saint North by a popular girl named Chris, whom I befriended in my 7th grade English class. Within days of meeting her, she invited me out for a Friday night at Saints North. I was nervous, knowing that all of her cool friends were going to be there. I really wanted them to like me. That Friday, I spent hours planning my outfit, curling my hair, and teasing my bangs. This was 1993, and flat bangs were a social death sentence. If your bangs weren't curled, teased, and then drowned in Aussie hairspray, you might as well stay home forever. I was feeling great as Chris and I entered the front door of Saints North, but I soon realized that Chris was holding a large Esprit tote bag. I inquired, "What's in the bag?" She smiled and she said, "My skates." My throat sank into my stomach. I had no idea people brought their own skates. Then I looked around and noticed that every single girl at the rink was carrying an Esprit tote bag with their own skates inside. I stuck out like the kid who wore his snow boots all school year. Strike one. Ashamed, I quickly snuck up to the front desk where they rented skates. I then sat alone on a carpeted bench and hurriedly laced up my rentals. I watched as Chris walked over and greeted her friends. I sat staring at each of their crisp white skates, each perfectly accented with colorful laces. I looked down and completely embarrassed by my fecal colored rentals. I just hoped that my bangs were so perfectly coiffed that no one would find it necessary to look down at my feet. It took all of my strength and nerve to get up off that bench and start approaching Chris and her popular friends. When I was within earshot of the group, a 6th grade boy in a pair of rollerblades skated up to me, pointed at me, and yelled out, "Nice mental rentals," and then skated away. To this day, I've never wanted to punch someone in the face more than I did that kid. I watched as the group of girls looked down at my feet, and all I saw was judgment on their faces. Strike two. Despite being outed for donning mental rentals, I stood just outside of the circle behind Chris as to not appear too pushy. There's nothing teenage girls hate more than some new girl trying to social bomb their clique. Thankfully, Chris grabbed me by the arm and pulled me into their circle. This is my new friend Jolene. She's cool. All of the girls smiled at me and introduced themselves. I felt a sense of relief, a relief that I hadn't felt since 6th grade. In 6th grade, I was still in elementary school and I was cool, but cool in 6th grade just meant that you were good at kickball and were selected to be in charge of the class pet, Chili the chinchilla. Despite having 2 strikes against me in the first 15 minutes of my arrival, I seemed to be fitting in. I laughed at all of their jokes and made affirmative statements like, I love that ditty by Paperboy too. And just when I thought I was in, one of the popular girls whispered to another girl and started laughing. I started laughing too, hoping they would let me in on the joke eventually, but willing to continue laughing just because they were. What are you wearing? Asked Amy, a pretty girl with long blonde hair. Each strand was curled into perfect ringlets, which at the time solidified her place in the popular group. I don't know, I responded, confused as to why she was asking something she should have been clearly able to see. Maybe she went temporarily blind and was asking just so she could paint a picture of me in her head, I silently assured myself. It's weird, she said, and then continued laughing. Her laugh seemed to set off a trigger in the other girls, and soon they were all looking at me and laughing. At the time, I didn't understand what was weird about my outfit. When I left the house, I was positive that chic jeans and a t-shirt with tropical fish that said Florida on it was the definition of stylish. My mom surprised me with that shirt during our vacation to Florida. I couldn't believe that my own mother would set me up to look weird. Or maybe she would. Maybe she was far too out of her disparaging teen years to realize what her gift would do to me. In that moment, I wish I would have come up with a better response to Amy's question. I should have told her that I had been wearing cool clothes, but on the way to the roller skating rink, I was jumped by a group of fashionably challenged girls who stole my clothes and forced me to wear the weird ones. Or better yet, I should have played the sympathy card and told her that my outfit was actually my great-grandmother's dying wish. I beg of you, Jolene, please wear this tropical fish souvenir t-shirt and a pair of chic jeans one last time for me. Apparently, I had been left out of the 7th grade fashion conference where they informed you that wearing souvenir t-shirts was the antithesis of cool. That night, I learned that there were only certain times in life that you can wear t-shirts obtained while on vacation. A, while on vacation. B, from the ages of 1 to 10 years old. And C, from the ages of 60 years old to death. Strike 3. I was now positive that I had ruined my chances to be popular in junior high. I was instead destined for a life of social mediocrity and eating chicken nuggets alone at the end of some lunch table full of other misfits. I was just about ready to slowly skate away in defeat when they stopped laughing. The attention had been turned away from me when the girls spotted a group of 7th grade boys congregated near the sticker machine. Let's go get stickers, Marissa, the leader of the group, instructed. All it took was 6 guys from the hockey team to make my horrible fashion choice so 2 minutes ago. When we arrived at the sticker machine, we stood near the boys, but never actually spoke to them. They'd look over at us and we'd pretend not to see them. Then we looked over at them and they'd completely ignore us. This lasted for an hour. At the time, it was the most fun I ever had. Each girl placed 75 cents in the sticker machine, hoping to get the glittery Playboy bunny, but I was the only one who got it. My luck was looking up. After standing at the sticker machine for an hour, Marissa decided she had to use the restroom, which then inspired the urge in us all. No one actually used the restroom while we were in there because, according to Amy, that would have been totally gross. Instead, we all stood at the mirror, carefully examining our faces and applying pressed powder to cover every inch of our skin. I pulled out of my pocket a small vial of Elizabeth Arden's Red Door perfume that I had stolen from my mom before I left the house that night. This was the first time I'd ever worn perfume, so I sprayed it on very liberally, hoping the girls would be impressed by my fancy fragrance. After my 9th spray, Kate, a petite girl, whom Chris said had locked herself in the restroom stall the Friday before because she said she claimed nobody knows the real me, started having a coughing fit. Suddenly, the ladies' room was a scene of panic as she began hyperventilating. She fell to the floor, motioning that she could not breathe. Hearing the commotion, 2 employees rushed into the restroom and carried her out. They placed her on the ground next to the sticker machine, and one of them yelled, "Call 911." Everyone surrounded Kate as she began to convulse uncontrollably. When the paramedics arrived, they placed an oxygen mask on her face and checked her vitals. After about 20 minutes, they removed the oxygen mask and sat her up. The sixth grade boy who had pointed out my mental rentals earlier that night skated inside the circle that had formed around Kate and asked, "What stinks?" Kate pointed to me and said, "It's her perfume." Everyone then started sniffing around me and making a face like they had just smelled carrion. The popular girls who I'd worked so hard to befriend inched away from me. I became the girl with the life-threatening scent. Elizabeth Arden had failed me. No more strikes. I was out. I turned around defeated and skated towards the front desk. I returned my mental rentals and called my mom from a payphone, begging her to pick me up. On the way home, we had to drive with all of the windows down because, as my mom explained, Joe, with most things in life, a little bit goes a long way. 3 weeks later, I summoned the courage to return to Saints North with Chris. Chris had explained that Kate was a drama queen and had faked the whole attack so that people would pay attention to her. Chris pushed me back into the circle, and soon the popular girls let me stand near them without ridicule. Throughout the 3 years I spent at Saints North, I learned a lot of important life lessons. I learned that you can be yourself, but if you do, you'll never make it in junior high. I gave my entire collection of souvenir t-shirts to my younger brother. I let him learn the hard way like I had. Instead, I borrowed fashionable t-shirts from my new friends and finally convinced my parents that if they didn't buy me a pair of Gerbaud jeans on white roller skates, that I would just die. Thank you for joining me for story time. So okay. Let me ask the chat. Where's the chat with that? What's everybody see or feel about that? So here's my take on it. And let me think about it. I think that that's a very good story to highlight what it was like in the 90s being awkward and weird and how things felt, right? I think as I read that story the first time and I'm reading it again now, I would venture to say that there were some parts about that resonated with me, right? The only difference is I don't know. There's just something about I guess I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, what role would I be in that, right? Like which character would I be in that story? I wouldn't be Jolene, right? Or maybe I would be Jolene. You know what I mean? Maybe I would be Jolene in that story. Because I have similar thoughts and similar feelings about things like that in my life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I read that story, I read that diary entry or that blog, and I'm going, how did that turn into a woman that for 6 days straight has live streamed making fun of me for 5 hours at a time? How do you go from that? If that's true, if that story is real, if that is how you felt, if you felt on the outside, if you thought you were unjustly made fun of, how do you do it to me? And then why do you think that I deserve what you're doing to me, Jolene? You know what I mean? Like, what, you don't even know me. You know, and even if you did feel all of the things that you feel about me, that you say and you use for content and you make money off of and all of those things, why would you do it? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say anything to you, or I didn't know who you were. I never came at you. I never attacked you. This has nothing to do with you. You know, like I said the stuff about Baker defending Jessica Walsh in a space where nobody was defending Jessica Walsh, right? in a space where people didn't really know a lot of the things that we know today about Baker, right? So, you know, I knew that he told her that he loved her. I knew that they had a deeper relationship than what he was telling everybody. And I also noticed a shift where a lot of people were starting to pile on Jessica Walsh. And I was like, I'm going to be the one person that stands behind her. You know why? Because she was standing behind me. She was hyping up my show. She was supporting me in what I did. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? That's not like, oh, you only cater to the people that give you money. Well, giving me money is supporting my show. Making donations and buying memberships and sending me gifts in the mail that I use during my shows, that is enhancing and supporting my craft and what I do. And I can't do anything else for her, right? Like, I can't reciprocate that. And I thought that a good way, it's not that deep. She has been good and kind to me, and I wanted to be good and kind to her. And I never thought about what would happen to me if I did that. I never thought about what would happen to me if I did it. I never thought that people would go against me. I never thought there would be 15, 16 people doing live streams about me. I never thought I would have such big channels making fun of my weight and making fun of my family and making fun of my parenting. I never thought about those things. I thought about Jessica Walsh being alone out here, kind of people misunderstanding her, not seeing her side of it, and her kind of getting attacked and bullied, and I stood up for her. And if by standing up for her, by making fun of Broken Baker, getting a fleshlight, and then saying, you know what, I think he's a fucking creep, that's me being a good person at the expense of someone who was not being kind to the person I was defending. This wasn't some sort of like bullshit crazy, I'm just going to go attack a person for clicks and for views and for money. That's not it. This whole thing started, as far as I go, with me feeling like somebody who was very kind and nice to me deserves somebody to stand up for her. And without even thinking twice, I did it because that's who I am as a person. And I think the people who listen to me every day, the women that are here, they get that. Aiden never got that. I don't think anybody ever really fucking got it. This wasn't about this was not like, I don't fucking like Broken Baker, let me go fucking at him. It was, fuck, this bitch is all by herself. They're making fun of her. This guy definitely was like fucking telling her he loved her. They were gonna fuck after the Wilbur when he came. He was taking her money, he was taking her gifts, and now he wants to pretend she's fucking crazy and nothing happened. She wasn't crazy when you were telling her to fucking clench her fucking thighs all day long and think about his dick going in her, right? Right. She wasn't crazy then. Or maybe she was just the right amount of crazy for you. But you don't get to go out here and fucking use your platform and disparage a girl who wasn't really doing anything wrong. Did she have a hard time at the end when you fucking ghosted her? Yes. 100%. The behaviors that I would fucking make multiple accounts just to fucking be heard. Like, that needs to click in her brain somewhere or whatever. But like, that's not on me. But that doesn't mean that she's not worthy of one person. One. I was the only one to stay out there and just be like, fuck, I'm not going to let her be out here all by herself. And you know what? All of this that has happened, all of the shit that has happened now where I have to watch people fucking make fun of my weight all day and Jolene do all this shit and Megan Fox, all these people. Jessica Walsh feels so terrible about that. She feels terrible. And I say, you know what? We fucking got through it. It's okay. It's fine. There's just so much more to this, and I feel like it will need to be discussed. Like, and this is the Friday show, and it would never happen if we were in the studio, right? Because we just change how we do these things. But like, there's just so much more about this that really could be, discussed. There's another way that we could really, really talk about this. And I stand by all of it. Listen, YouTube is temporary. Like, this stuff isn't real. And when I shut this camera off, I still feel right about what I did and why I did it. And the other thing that you have to understand is that anybody can start a YouTube channel. And I've recognized that it doesn't matter what your life was like before you started the channel. Your life could have been an absolute mess. Your life could have been all of these things. Like, a lot of people will talk about, like, for example, Amanda, right? Law Girls, right? A lot of people, Amanda had a whole life before this, right? And it was riddled with problems, right? And there's somebody that doesn't like Amanda, and that person, I don't know who they are in real life. They didn't use a burner account. I can tell you that. They didn't use a burner account. Somebody, and I don't even know when, they sent me all of Amanda's court documents. And Amanda had a whole life before that was a mess or a problem or whatever. But Amanda gets to start her life over, and she gets to come around, and she gets to start her show, and she gets to do all of this stuff. And I think it's awesome for her. I think that's great. She gets to start her life over. I was a stay-at-home mom, you know, and then I worked, then I got sick, then I got my repos, you know what I mean? Like, and then I get to come on here and I get to just start my life over. Jolene lived a whole life of being insecure and not being the pretty girl in the room. And now she gets to come on the internet and she gets the adulation and the attention that she wants and needs. And as everybody gets to start their lives here. Will could have a whole life where he put his hands on his son and he gets to come on here and do whatever. It doesn't matter. What does matter to me is that when you are given opportunities to make decisions when you're out here, that you make the right decision as often as you can. And I don't think you're always going to make the right decision. But I think listen, I've only been doing this for less than a year. I've made wrong decisions here. I've done some things that I shouldn't have done, right? I regret them. I look back on it and I wonder why I was so naive, why I thought that that was the right thing to do, why I was able to be convinced, why things seemed like the right thing at the time. People are very, very persuasive. You know what I mean? I think a lot, I go back a lot to the Olivia and Flip audio situation. I went back to all my text messages the other day between Olivia and Flip and Aiden. And I was looking at what was going on at that time. And I put all of that in a folder back then because I lied to everybody. I lied and I knew I was lying. And there's no other way around it. I lied because Aiden asked me to lie. I lied because he was very stressed out and he made a good case. He made a very good case about the Karen Read audio being leaked and everybody knowing about it. And that if we just threw something, not we, if he threw something out there, it would cause less views and less conversations around the Karen Read audio. And he's been doing this for a long time and he convinced me that that would help. And I was like, I'm willing to help you. I didn't even think twice. Same thing with the Jessica Walsh shit. You know what I mean? I didn't think about the ramifications of it. I was just like, yes. You know what I mean? I have in this file, it's it's the file I have from this Olivia clip situation. It's the text message where he asked me to do it. And I said, yes. Like, it's not even, I don't even ask. I don't even ask questions. I was like 100%, yes, I will do it. You need help, I will do it. I didn't even think how bad it would get. I didn't think about how it was going to kick my ass. I also didn't think that I would never be protected. And I thought I could definitely lean into this lie. Nobody else knew about it. Only Aiden. He said nobody. But in his defense, he never told anybody that I lied for him, right? Or that I released that video or that audio or whatever. He never did. But he didn't protect me from somebody else getting it and then releasing a text message where they talked about it. And that whole situation, that whole time, Kim talked about it a little bit on her show or whatever. And, I don't know if she's ever going to want to talk about it. For me, I've avoided talking about it as well because it's such a fucked up situation. It caused so many fucking problems. So many problems. And I will give Aiden a little bit of like grace on this. I still to this day don't ever believe that audio was supposed to be meant to like blackmail anybody or anything like that. I genuinely believe that Aiden recorded Karen so that his people that were close to him at the time could hear Karen yelling at him so that they understood she wasn't a perfect person. Like it was obvious that audio of Karen made her look flawed. It was obvious to me, and it was the first time I had heard her sound that way, where I saw that she wasn't this like very composed, even upper class person, right? Like, you see her in court every day. She maintains decorum. She's composed. She's sophisticated. She's holding it together despite everything, right? And then to hear her sound really not like that, it did change in my mind, like my perception of Karen. I was like, okay. And I also felt up until that point that Karen owed Aiden a lot for everything. And this was coming after the whole like not doing interviews and the Howie Carr, all this stuff had happened. And it changed how I felt. It changed how I felt about Karen hearing that. And I think that is what he wanted. He wanted other people to see that there was more to the relationship between him and Karen than what we all saw. And I don't know if he wanted us to hear that so he could feel justified. I don't know if he wanted us to hear that so that we would always have that as kind of like an undercurrent to when we spoke about her. I don't really know. I will say I never once heard him tell anybody, me or anybody else, that he recorded that so he could use it as leverage for anything or something, ever. He never said that he wanted to share it publicly or anything like that. There was discussion about that afterwards, but when he did it, it was just, I think he just wanted people to believe him that Karen was like doing him dirty. And the audio was a good example of that. She was really going at him in this conversation. Granted, she didn't know she was being recorded, but like, I'm just telling you, like, that was her in her natural habitat and whatever. So I saw in real time how this was really going crazy and it was spreading like wildfire. And looking back, seeing how months later people still talk about that audio, right? As much as people want to say it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. Like it's being regurgitated again, right? Because Meredith is now charged with wiretapping, right? And there's so many people that don't like Aiden that are saying this is really rich that, you know, Meredith is getting charged with wiretapping Aiden when Aiden wiretapped Karen, right? So this is coming back up again. And I think it was very naive for us to think that, you know, distracting everybody with an audio between Olivia and Flip would have actually like put this thing to bed. It was never going to be put to bed. You know, it was never going to be put to bed. It's too salacious that he recorded her. It's too salacious that she deceived him and recorded her. Whether it was released by him or not, it's too much. And then, you know, this whole thing turned and it had so many tentacles. You know what I mean? Like it had so many, it touched so many different creators and people or whatever. And, you know, just like with Jessica Walsh, I blindly went into it. I was helping a friend. I was 100% going to do it. I'm here. I'll do whatever you ask. Fuck it. Loyalty over everything. And then, so, you know, it's like, you know, if somebody sends you this audio, will you release it or whatever? And then I went and did this crazy shit where I was like, well, I want to authenticate it. I want to make sure it's legit. I was basically like, yeah, I'll do what you are asking me to do, but I got to do it my own way. I talked to him on the phone. I talked to Flip on the phone. I talked to Olivia on the phone. Like I've spent all this time talking to these people, getting involved in something I didn't want anything to do with. I don't care about Olivia and Flip. I don't care. You know what my take on it is? I think my take on it is that Olivia is fatter than what she says in her photos. And I think that she didn't want him to know that. And I think that she lived in a space with him where talking on the phone is one thing, but when it came to seeing a person, she was worried that he was going to look at her and she was not going to be the person in her photos. I think a quintessential catfish. And I think it turned into a bigger problem because the internet was all involved. That's my take on it. But I talked to Olivia. Olivia was okay with me releasing it. She wanted people to know that Flip was talking to her this way. And then there was this other thing where she was involved in Aiden's case and people like, it was just fucking nuts. So stupid. And it was 100% orchestrated by Aiden as a distraction. I lied about it. And I lived in bliss where I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do. I don't think it helped at all. I don't think it distracted anybody from what really happened. I think it just caused a lot of problems for a lot of people. And then fast forward to, I don't even know when it was, but Meredith O'Neill releases a text message where Aiden is talking about me doing it and it getting sent to me. And I'm like, I can't believe it. And I was called out on being a liar. I was called out on lying about it. And they had me. I was on some space and I fucking denied and denied and denied it. And I don't know if somebody had it clipped on a space. I think I was on with the koala guy and he was asking me and I fucking lied. I just fucking lied. You know what I mean, man? I lied for him. So, and then I got caught lying because Meredith had his text messages and she shared it. Or I don't know if it was Meredith, actually. I'm not really sure. And I was so embarrassed by it. He did not care. He downplayed it. He said it was not a big deal, but it was the first time that my integrity and that stuff came into play. Who knows? It's probably set the tone for exactly where we are today, where people are just like, you fucking are a liar and nobody can trust you or whatever. But I got outed and it was terrible for just a little while. It didn't last. And I got through it and that's it. But there was a lot going on at that time. And You're lying again. That's not why Aiden recorded. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean. I don't know. Listen, I'm just telling you. You can say you can believe me or not. There's no way that you can prove it or whatever. I'm just telling you, never once did he tell me that he recorded it to blackmail or fuck over Karen. I remember the day that he played it for me. He was very upset about Karen. There was a lot going on at the time. And he was like, you're not going to believe this conversation that I had with her. And he's like, listen to this. And at first I didn't know what I was listening to. At first I was like, wait, what? And yeah, I mean, yeah. So I also have said this in the past that I think that because and the more that I grow my channel, despite the odds, everybody, but the more that I grow my channel, sometimes it's information overload over here, right? So small channel, couple of followers, a couple of people you talk to, a couple of people that send you things, right? It's easy to manage. It's easy to keep. But as your like web grows, right? The more people you talk to, the more stories, the more incidences, like, you know, look, I say it all the time, how many text messages I get, right? You get so much information and stuff. It gets much harder to keep track of it. Aiden has been doing this a long time and his web just must be so big that I do believe that a lot of times he doesn't remember things, and recording things, documenting them, that is the only way that he kind of keeps everything straight. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So, I think maybe it's self-preservation too, that he kind of keeps things. Now, how do I look at that today as opposed to maybe like 6 months ago? There is a lot of like me first and everybody else last type of thing. Self-preservation is key. It doesn't really matter who catches strays. I think he rationalizes in his head the risk of me getting caught lying about this is less than the risk of him getting jacked up over the Karen Reed thing. So, you know, I need this. Now, he could have asked and I could have said no, and he could have either continued to be friendly with me or not. Who knows? You know what I mean? Olivia was and is very fit. So I'm only saying that. I'm going to back up with that. The reason I'm saying that is because somebody told me that, who I believed what they were saying, that she doesn't look like how she looked in her photos, and that was the problem. So that's the only reason I'm saying it. Maybe that's not true. I have no way to confirm that. I'm saying that that's why I said it. That's the only thing that could go in my mind. That's the only justification for it. So I didn't look that deep into the Olivia and Flip thing. I don't really actually care. Nobody actually would have been involved in that if it weren't for the fact of the timing of the Karen Reed audio. I do agree. It's very hard to keep track of information and things. So yeah, here we are, however many months later. And, you know, a lot of people are talking about the Karen Reed audio again, because, you know, he brought to the police, you know, proof and evidence of Meredith recording him. And so now Meredith is charged with a felony. I'm going to be honest with you. Hi, hold on one second. Good morning. Hi, what's up? You are not live. Nobody can hear you. I'm in Fall River. I can definitely get you breakfast. Yes. What would you like? I can do that. I'm out in front of Trop Smoothie Cafe. I was going to go in and get an acai bowl. And then I can get it for you. Can you text me what you want and where you want it from? What else? No. Oh, I did. Dude, that's my take on it. Yes. 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 And he gave it to her. This is the one that he took and did the long interview with, correct? Oh, oh. I don't want to talk about it on here, but I gave you what my response is to that. And I believe that that's my take on this. Oh, I 100% agree with you on that. It is absolutely ridiculous. This is why what I'm saying to you is, like what I'm saying is like there are times where people in leadership roles, right, make wrong decisions. You have to decipher whether or not like worth your time, correct? And I've said this to you. You work very hard. You're a great worker. You have great work ethic in both your jobs. You have to have a work-life balance. And I don't believe you should have to scrape for that with these places. You know what I mean? So I think at some point they take advantage of your willingness to do whatever they ask. And when something, comes up and it's not being managed properly, you have to carve out that space for yourself. And so that's what I would recommend for you. And I can talk about it later, but I'm just telling you, like, Jack, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lead you down a path of like telling you like, fuck this. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like, you're only 20 once, you know what I mean? Like people are taking advantage of you here is what I'm saying. But that's how I feel. I've told you that's how I felt about it. Yes, I'll talk about that. Yes, I would 100%. That's the only way you can do it. Not your problem. Not your problem. That's not your problem. That's not your pay grade. You know what I mean? Let the people that get paid the big bucks that walk around acting like the big managers, let them handle it. Let them call their big people with the big paychecks and let them figure that out. That's not for you. What's your schedule for today? What do you have going on? Really bad at the beach because there's no relief. There's no shade. These aren't beach days. You know what I mean? They're pool days. So come use the pool instead. Horseneck Beach is like a fucking no. Absolutely not. Do not do that. Dude, that's crazy. I wouldn't do it. I mean, the only way I would consider it is if you bring some sort of like a tent or umbrella or something like that. You need some shade out there. She can tan. Oh, all right. Listen, I'm not getting involved in your relationship. You guys do whatever you want to do. The pool is open. It's out there. You can use it. I would not go to the beach. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Love you. All right. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right. Um, let's. All right. So, how did we get talking about this? How did we get here? Yeah, today is not a beach day. They're gonna learn the hard way for sure. We're gonna go in and get a bowl now because now we're gonna be running out of time. So we gotta go and do this. Let's get our breakfast. Come with me. And then, oh my God, it's so hot out here. Jesus. We're going to do this. Then we're going to go get Jack breakfast. Then we're going to go home. And then it'll most likely be time to pick up Georgia at like 12, I think. But when we go home, I think what we're going to do is we'll have Jack go pick her up. All right, we're not going to wait here. We've got 7 people in line and 2 people working. Abort. Forget it. Shit, we don't have time for that. That sucks. I probably could have driven out to fucking Black Goose Cafe and all the time I was sitting here talking and waiting. How are there that many people in Trop Smoothie right now? What time is it? 9:45? Holy shit. That just looks like it's going to take forever. Okay, so now we're just going to go get Sweetles breakfast and forget me. Sweetles over everybody. All right, so look at your... So I don't know how we started talking about that. I'm not sure how we got here, but what was I saying? Somebody want to give me a roadmap on how we got to that conversation? I'm just looking around me and there are so many cars here, and it's probably because nobody is working today. I didn't really think about this. I gave no thought to this whatsoever. I was talking about Meredith being charged, Jolene to Aiden. I see where we were getting at. I'm not really sure how we got to that. Sam Rothstein and the non-racist snails. Yeah, I can't recall either. That's what happens when we're in the car. We go down paths and we have no idea. Sticking up for J7. Thank you. And then it was like I stuck up for J7 blindly, and then it was no different than when I stuck up for Aiden blindly. It's just who I am. I'm just a baby. It's who I am. Oh, that I'm just a baby sounds sexy with a little raspiness, doesn't it? And then I was about Jolene and her not being liked and not being the cool kid. Listen, the difference, Jolene, is I also wasn't the cool kid, but I didn't hate the prettiest girls. I just didn't. I still don't. I don't have that level of insecurity. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And it now it makes a lot more sense that Jolene is a comedian, because she deals with all of these things in her life through comedy, and she laughs about it. We're the same, Jolene. It's no different than me making my songs to deal with all of the hate all over the interwebs. We deal with it in our own way, Jolene. You do mediocre comedy on your live stream, making fun of other people, and that heals your inner teen child at the roller rink. And I deal with my abusive stepfather by going on the internet and talking about it all the time. So other people will say, I also had abuse when I was a kid, and it makes you just feel better. Just makes it, we're just out here healing, Jolene, you and me. You know what, Jolene? I absolutely love you. I'm obsessed with you. I am going to just smother you with love. I can't even hate you after I read it. It's terrible what you're doing. It's terrible. It's beyond terrible. It's so gross. It's a gross thing that you do, and that you've been doing to me. It's really disgusting. But with that being said, I'm turning it around. I'm turning it around. I love you. I want to be like you. Listen, you know what? I will activate the bunnies. Somebody start in the Bestieverse a list of all of the things that Jolene has in her studio, and somebody, because I'm a grifter, not like Jolene, she does not grift. She is independently wealthy. She works another job. She takes no money. She's not monetized. Start a list. I'm a grifter. Everybody start buying me pieces of what is in Jolene's set. Right? I'm going to need somebody. It's basically like I'm just a baby registry. Okay. Well, it's just morph into the person that we love the most, hate the most. So I'm going to need everybody to somebody start an Amazon wish list, and Listen, you women are all waiting for a fucking task. It's just the way that I am. Here's the task. We want a replica studio. Exactly. I want everything that she has in the background. I need it. You're going to screenshot it. You're going to do a reverse image search on Google. You're going to find everything. And we're going to buy it all, send it to me, grift it to me. And then we're going to create the space in the back. I want those cheap lights that are hanging off to the right. Look at Jessica. I want to recreate the whole studio to look exactly the way hers looks. I am also going to need a short wig split down the middle with a blunt cut. I'm going to need a very peculiar looking chain-like necklace. I need a t-shirt that is in the color of like my dog shit brown. Okay. I need a chair that goes all the way down to the ground so that when I make fun of her the same way she makes fun of Moons, I can lower myself all the way down to the bottom. I need a complete set, duplicated, upstairs in my house. So go to work, everybody. Crazy rabbit bunnies, go. Find it all. Report back. Start a wish list. Send it to my house. And we're going to change everything. I don't know what it is like to feel that way at the roller skating rink, Jolene, while you're complaining about not being able to handle yourself in a social situation and people made fun of you. I wouldn't know that, Jolene. Have you live streamed my story about what happened to me with Catholic Schools Week and how I couldn't go roller skating? Let me tell, because you're playing this one today, so let me tell you. In my school for Catholic Schools Week, we went on all these trips. And the biggest trip of the year was the whole school when, you guessed it, roller skating, Jolene. You know how crazy roller skating was in the 90s, right? 1993, it was everything. So yes, Jolene, the whole school's going roller skating. It's the social event of the season. I couldn't wait. Everybody was going. We're in Catholic school, so you couldn't even, you couldn't wear your uniform, so you get to wear regular clothes. It was so great. Jolene, my stepfather hated me so much that he wouldn't let me go. Jolene, I didn't even get a chance to feel the social situation and deal with the absolute mean girl scenario you were in because my stepfather was a psychopath and he was emotionally, mentally abusive to me. And because he hated me and I did some inconsequential thing like didn't vacuum the kitchen floor properly, he wouldn't let me go. And then to further humiliate me and to further mentally abuse me, he made me go to school, Jolene, and I had to stay at the school during the day by myself while the whole school got on the buses and went roller skating. And then I had to stay behind and dude, I can't even get through it. Then Mr. Sears, the custodian, felt so bad for me. He played basketball with me in the gym because I was there all by myself all day. And then I had to have shame again when they all came back and we're all excited and sweaty from a fun day of roller skating and being awkward around the pretty girls with the good hair. And I was sitting at school in my uniform, the only child in the whole school, while these kids got off the bus. And people were like, why are you here? Why didn't you go? Fuck you, Jolene, you fucking weirdo. You're weird. Do everybody a favor. Do not pass your debilitating low self-esteem onto your children. Don't do that. Give them a fucking chance to walk into a room and not think about somebody else and how they look first. Stop passing on and perpetuating this terrible way of looking at life. If you want to go after somebody that hurt you, Jolene, if you want to go after a person who disparaged you, made fun of you, or I don't even care, somebody that just looked at you wrong, go ahead. But don't you dare start going after people on the internet because you think it's your duty to call out who they are, what they are, and how they live their life. You are of no place to do that. You're nobody. You're weirdo. So judgy. Anyway, it's bitch going in and making fun of women who have nice hair. Good for them that they have nice hair. You know who has nice hair? My daughters. Do they deserve to be not talked to properly, Jolene, because they know how to do their hair and you don't? Why would you think that way? Maybe ask those girls how they do their hair that way. Talk to them about that. Stop being weird and awkward. You're only thriving because you're in a space where you don't fucking deal with society. You're just like, oh, you just do fucking weird shit. Fucking creep. It's not even funny. I watched her yesterday. I'm gonna report Moons. I'm gonna do it. Then fucking do it. Stop talking about it, you fucking weirdo. And then like goes from that and then goes, thanks so much for the $5.99. Like, shut the fuck up. You fucking gross grifter. Insecure. Your insecurities are showing. Get Sweetles what he wants. Dumb bitch of a mother. She just hates women, 100%.
I can help you.
Good morning. Can I have a, let's see, a medium iced mocha with extra sugar and regular cream?
You might come back to sugar regular cream.
Yes, and a plain bagel toasted with cream cheese on the side?
A plain bagel, plain cream cheese.
Yes,
Anything else?
that's it. All right, thank you. I guess the issue was Moons and Oceans shared something of Jolene's and it was behind a paywall. I don't know. Are they here? Do they know? Maybe they didn't know, but something was happening where she was just like, I'm giving them until this time to take it down or I'm going to submit it for a copyright strike. What's TOS mean? Terms of service or whatever? Moons, Oceans and Moons, whatever. Apparently Oceans and Moons hate each other. Jolene's just, dude, we're done. We're not even giving it any more energy. We're not. Okay. Jolene is jealous because you have a lot of support. Hi, good morning. Thank you. Let me see if I have a dollar bill for this lady for a tip. I don't. Roar. I don't have a dollar tip for her. I feel badly. This place doesn't. Oh, well, it is what it is. Terms of service. Okay, thank you. So they were in violation of it. I don't know. But it was just like, she was like, I'm going to do it. I don't care. She's like, you stole from me. Give me my stuff back. Relax. Thank you. Like, relax, lady. She's very protective of her brand. Anyway. The reason, this is what happens when I watch this stuff. I've to this point have avoided watching it. I would get clips and things like that, but now I've watched. I didn't even watch a whole episode. I can't. But it's just there's so much hypocrisy in it. It's crazy. Thank you for the blonde wig. I appreciate you. Jolene is not jealous. It is literally her job to. It is literally her job to comedy and grift. Why don't people get this? I do get it. I do see that that's what her job is. Thanks a lot. It's soulless, but, you know, I don't know. It's not personal, and I agree, but I just don't know how it hits different when you know, it hits differently when you know the backstory. And by the way, the roasts and things that she's doing about me, that is fine. She can do that. But however, can I just say, like, there's a lot of things in there. Number one, it's not true. She's lying about things. And number two, she's saying things like, she's trying to like correct me on my character and like my ethics and my morality or whatever. Like, that is the weird thing. Like, if you want to make fun, that's fine. But when a woman who like has all of this back history about her life and feelings towards women and all of this stuff is like, when you know that she also was trying to make a go of her career and recognized that financially she couldn't do it, so she had to go and move home. You're right. So like, why are you criticizing me because I came after you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, Jolene also was like, I want to be a comedian. I want to make it work, right? But I recognize I can't financially afford this. So I'm going to have to go home and live with my parents and save money so I can, pursue my dream and go to Los Angeles. I see nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with her. I mean, and maybe she doesn't talk about that now, but when she's making fun of me, like living with my mother, right? First of all, I do pay my mother, right? I've paid into my home for 10 years. And she lies about that. She says like she doesn't pay her mother. How do you know that? What do you want me to get Mima on the screen? Like, is that what you're going to need? I don't know who's telling you those things, why you say those things with confidence. But like, even if that were true, right? And I have lived in the house that my mother bought for 10 years and never paid a dime. Number one, why is that an issue for you, right? And number two, when you lived with your parents and you didn't pay a dime, why was that okay? Why was it okay for you and not okay for me? Right? When you realized that your friends all had 401ks and homes and marriages and children, and you weren't there hitting that benchmark, and of course you would look at your friends or other people around you and you would see what they were doing and you would feel self-conscious about that. But like, you chose to do this. You chose to pack it all up and move back home with your parents and save the money so you could focus on your career. Why is that okay? That sounds great. That sounds smart. You're a hustler. You're trying to get it done. I love that for you. Love that for me. Can you love that for me, Jolene? I'm trying to make a go of it. I want to do this for a living for at least another few years. I want to do this for a living. Until my kids get married, all of them, and have babies, and they're going to need me to take care of their kids so they can live their best lives. I've got this downtime. I would like you to just be happy for me, right? And if I want to make fun of somebody, can you put it under the category of me just trying to make a living? Somebody has to do it. Can you just let me do it? Like, I'm not out here encouraging people to go commit murder. I'm not out here trying to convince people, like, I'm really just trying to like talk every day. That's it. And trying to make a little bit of an honest living of it. Also, I don't go to the casino every day. I barely go to the casino once a week, maybe twice a month. I'm talking about it a little bit lately, but I don't go to the casino every day. During COVID, I used to go because everything was on lockdown, but I don't go to the casino every day. I don't spend all my money at the casino. For the first time in forever, I am able to pay off all my bills. The second thing that I'm able to do that I will share because people are scrutinizing my income, but it's my fault because I talk about money. I am paying off old debt that was impacting my credit score. Things that I could not pay before during the repos. Not the repo itself, but because we traded that car in. But like other bills that I had that were on my credit, I'm paying those off and getting those things handled so that I can repair my credit. And I'm coming out of a hole. And it feels great to do it. It feels great to it feels great to just pay things. And I'm not quite there yet, but it feels very good to be back in the space I was, back when I was working at Bank of America, where you had more money coming in every month than you had going out. I wish it for everybody. You know what I mean? I really do. But I'm happy to talk about it. And, Jolene, you weren't on the air back then when you were talking about when you were living that life where you didn't have good credit and you didn't pay your bills and you were living at home with your mom. But maybe you should. It might make you more likable because you understand that people watch you for entertainment purposes, and maybe you don't care. Maybe this is your thing, and just talking about shows and making fun of people, this works for you. You don't need to. But because I won't do that, like as like my full-time part of what I do, the other part of my thing is I share myself, the good and the bad and all of it. All right? All right. I spent way too much time talking about Jolene, more time than I ever have before. We have the bag secured for Sweetles. We are going to head back. We're skipping breakfast. By the way, if at any point in time in my children's life, they need to pack it all up and come back and live with me, the answer will always be yes. I look forward to making you all food again. We're not making Jolene a song. Don't worry about it. I would be happy to do it. The other thing too is like the situation with the mom thing. There's no proof that everything is hunky-dory with Jolene's parents. I don't really know. But, you know, Jolene, the only thing I will say to you, sweet, precious, sweetheart, is that not everybody is lucky to have a wonderful family dynamic, right? It's unfortunate. We just do the best we can. We do the best we can. Also, we can't share that kind of dirty laundry with the internet because they wouldn't understand. That's something maybe you can talk about in therapy, but like you can't share it with the internet, right? You can't go into the details of things that went wrong. You can't talk about, I could probably set everybody right with a couple of hours worth of talking about stuff with TT, but you don't do it. There are some things you don't talk about, right? There is some things we don't talk about out here as much as we share everything. But a lot of people have issues with their parents. You know, if you believe even one, oh my God, is it? Hello?
Hi.
Oh my God, are you done? Already? Okay, I'm going to come and get you. Yeah, so I have Jack's breakfast. I'm going to stop off at the house and drop it off to him, and then I'll come and get you. I'm doing my show right now. I never even got in the house. I went to Fall River to go get breakfast, and I got derailed. So I just bought Jack a coffee. That's okay. It's fine. Okay, so are you okay waiting so I can just drop this off I don't want to drive all the way to you and then back. His coffee will be cold, like all melted. Okay, so it'll take me about 20 to get to you. Okay, perfect. Are you going to need me to stop anywhere on the way home? Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then you're going to go to the pool? Okay, perfect. All right, let me hang up with you, drop this off, and then I'll be on my way to you. All right, love you. Bye. All right. All right. I got a really nice, that reminds me of something. So I got a really nice message from a bestie yesterday. And I felt seen in this message. So she has similar medical issues with me. So much of the same stuff. And she was saying that the way that I parent and how she was just basically saying like she can feel and she can understand that physically, even sometimes the day-to-day stuff that I do with my family and my kids is probably hard, and that she sees that because she recognizes that same thing in herself, and that she has gone through that, and having an autoimmune disease and what it can do for you and stuff like that. So I really loved that message. Today is like, it's a good day. So happy to go pick up Georgina. We will have to, we were going to stop and get gas before we go and get her, later, because I thought she was going to get out later than that, but we're going to have to drop this off for Jack. We're going to grab gas, and then we're gonna go pick up Georgia, and we're gonna come home. She's gonna go in the pool, Jack, and then I don't know if I'm gonna get into the office at this point. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. It's already 10 o'clock. By the time we finish this whole thing, it's going to be 11 o'clock. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let me see if I can backtrack to all of this and see what kind of an agenda or something that we wanted to talk about. So there is something that I will talk about. It's not Aiden coded, but it is Aiden coded. And for the most part, as much as there were predictions and people saying I was going to go full Turtle Boy derangement syndrome, I haven't gone there, right? I have like this like inner peace about everything, which is like I didn't do anything to Aiden. I was very loyal to him. I did everything that Aiden asked. I did my best. And for some reason, Aiden chose to use the broken baker thing as a point of disconnect for me. And I'm never really sure why. Well, if we'll ever get the real answer to that, I have no idea. I don't know. Everything is Aiden coded. So, oops, we have a mama and we have babies that are crossing. You take your time, everybody. You just go ahead and take your time. Wow, the babies are getting so big. Is everybody done? I mean, don't take your fucking time at this point. Move it along. Let me just check the other side. Okay, we got everybody. All right. No camera while we're driving. The violation of terms of service. So there is something that I want to share, but we are in the third dimension. So there's one side, there's the other side, and then there's the third dimension side. Now that we have been kicked out of the Aiden Turtle Boy side of things, reluctantly, we didn't ask for it. We just got kicked out. There's nothing we can do about it. Now that we've been kicked out, I have made an adjustment to something. And I recognized that we can agree that the behaviors of Meredith were despicable, disgusting, or whatever they are, whatever those things are in relation to how she is in her relationship or whatever. But we shouldn't, and we don't need to, call her 5150 anymore. And I'm going to explain to you why this has nothing to do with Aiden, and it has everything to do with us in the third dimension, okay? So first of all, we're going to do that on our drive to pick up Georgia, but let's get Sweetles out here to come and get his breakfast, okay? We're going to discuss this part of it. Third dimension is the better option.
Hello?
I was going to bring this to you on the inside, but your sister is done at work, so I've got to drive to Dighton. Can you come grab your food for me?
Yeah, one sec.
Okay. Thank you. Why did I leave? What are you talking about? I didn't. I 100% got kicked out. I got kicked out when he went on Will's show and said Jessica's show is terrible. That was it. And we did the exit interview, also bad. So I came here by default. This is where I landed. We created a new space. Go back and listen to the show where we talked about coming up with a third option. The third option is a place where we have a couple morals. Yes, I'm Jexit. Yes. Jexit.
For like the 5 hours.
I know that. Normally I don't.
You've done it before. This has happened. Oh, do we have water in the car?
Yes. Wait till I come back with your sister and I'll grab it. Okay, bye. You're welcome. Okay. All right. So anyway. So in the third dimension, maybe we didn't have morals before. Let's give everybody a clean break here. Everybody who was in other worlds, either dimension 1 or dimension 2, right? You were either in the anti-Karen Reed pro-Meredith dimension, or maybe you were in the free Turtle Boy Aiden Carney dimension, okay? Say you were in both of those dimensions, and at times you partook in not so favorable kind behaviors. Maybe you were in a chat with Aiden Show and you were also making fun of random people. Maybe it didn't feel right when you did it, but you were just going along to get along and it felt right. We're here, we're doing it, we're making fun of people, let's do it, right? And maybe you are here in the third dimension and you were on the other side of things where Meredith is, or Kate Peters' side of things, which, by the way, I know for a fact that there are people on that side that listen to this too, right? And maybe you partook in saying, I can't wait for Aiden to go to jail, right? Fucking put him in jail. Like, say you participated at some point over the past 2 years in all of those things. Maybe you participated in the hate for Karen Reed after she did the Howie Carr interview. What other shames do you have? I don't feel like we need to like completely air them out. But say you have at times participated in behavior that was less than what you actually wanted to be. Maybe you hung up your phone and you're like, I fucking hate myself. I shouldn't have done that. Maybe you've gone back and deleted comments and you're like, I shouldn't have said that. Okay. You get a clean slate when you join the third dimension. We never forget the past, but we try to impact the future. So we're going to try to just not do those things anymore, unless you are personally being attacked. Okay? No, that's wrong. That doesn't work either. Because you're all going to want to like shit all over Baker for good reason. This doesn't work. Forget it. I was going to go down a path and say like, well, here we're going to be nice. We can't. We can't. Forget it. We're just in a third dimension. We're in a third option where we say and do what we want. And we don't care if it goes against one side or the other side. Third dimension for life. All right, let's get up. I never saw this man here. I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. He was like crouched over on the side. Holy good Jesus. All right, I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to get gas. We're going to eat gas. Somebody tell me if they know where that is from. We're going to eat gas. Figure it out. I don't know if he's single, but he's got a boat attached to this truck and he's putting ice in a cooler. I forgot to hit my gas tank. All right. Fill the tank. $51. America's healing. All right. Okay, so I guess what I'm saying is let's do our part and just be a little less mean. Why can't we start now? Why? So people can say, well, look at everything that Meredith did to him. Okay. All right. But let's not contribute to it here, right? I don't know. Like, I think maybe there are some people that we shouldn't get into it with, right? Like, maybe we don't need to get into that anymore. Is that wrong that I'm feeling that way? It's not Turtle Boy derangement syndrome. Meredith she says shit about me all the time. She just did a 4-part series of my repo video. So I just feel like there are some people that have hurt me that I want to smother with love. Jolene is one. Meredith is the other. Skinny, Pretty, Sexy Baby. We already went down that road with Jim Altman. And I don't know if anybody can't tell, but Big Husky is a love song. I know it's from the club, but it's a love song nonetheless. You know it and I know it. I don't have it uploaded to my phone to StreamYard. It's only on my laptop. I can't play it for you, but if you didn't know, we released Big Husky yesterday. Megan Fox, unfortunately, I consider, doesn't Megan Fox do political stuff too? Am I wrong about this? Like, she's not like Jolene, right? Am I right? So I don't expect Megan Fox to like follow every word that I say the way that Jolene does, but Megan Fox kind of missed the mark on that post where she said that I was making fun of Baker and calling him Big Husky. She technically was calling him Big Husky by even saying that, but Big Husky just means Valerie's voice. She's got a husky voice and she dominates all the spaces. From my understanding, Valerie is not a big girl, and it's just a husky voice. So that's pretty much that. Is that okay? I don't even have the Wilbur song on here. I don't have it. I only have Doughboy Can. You have to wait until we get home. After the Wilbur, so watching Kane do a live reaction to my songs is probably turning out to be one of my funniest things. You can find that on J7's YouTube channel. Do they have an actual name for that show? Is there a name of the show that they do? Is J7 still in the chat? What is the name of the show that you do with Kane? Like, is it called Dark and Witchy? Like, what is the name of the show? It's just J7. It needs a name. God, it's the first thing we teach you in the Jessica Machado YouTube school. You need a name. Look at Oceans and Moons. They branded themselves. You need something that is very easily made fun of. Brand it. We need something. It needs a name. So anyway, you can find this on the show that they have. J7, Jessica Walsh, she will play my songs for Kane and he live reacts to them. Kane has a great laugh. Kane's all about joy. Now, not to be confused with angry drunk Kane in Spaces at 1 o'clock in the morning. Very different Kane. But Kane on J7 show is happy Kane. Kane wants to laugh. Kane wants to enjoy life. I gotta speed up because this guy is behind me in a bike and he wants the wind in his hair and I'm driving too slow. So not to be confused with angry drunk Kane in the Spaces, but soft, funny Kane on the show he's quite charming. He's charming and he likes to laugh, and watching him belly laugh about songs is the funniest thing ever. And so she plays the songs for him and he reacts. I missed it, but I think that he was ranking the songs. So let's do that. We have 4 songs, but I have to leave the 24 on 24 out of it because that's just our theme song. So now we have to rank the 3 songs that we currently have. So first, the Doughboy Can, which is being hyped to oblivion right now. Doughboy Can, After the Wilbur, and Big Husky. Let me tell you how I feel today after all of the songs have been out there for at least a day, okay? At first, I thought the Doughboy Can was the best song ever. It's catchy. The way that I did it, the humming part in the Doughboy Can is just, it fucking slaps. It's so good. It's so, so good. And I also think about when I wrote it and how I was feeling and how I felt. I was just great. After the Wilbur is my number one song. I love it so much because it's exploiting a real life scenario, which is this man wanted to finger bang Jessica Walsh under the desk in his hotel room after he flew here from his country and participated or attended Aidan Carney's Next Wilbur show. This plan was a real life plan. And I wrote a song about it, and it makes me so happy to never let anybody forget that this was a real thing. Not only that, but the way I reworked it and the style, it's kind of country. It's my favorite song. So After the Wilbur is number one. The Doughboy Can is number two. Now, about Big Husky. I didn't put 1/10 of the work into Big Husky that I put into After the Wilbur. And that's because I don't really care about Valerie that much, right? Valerie just exists to hate. And I'm going to chalk it up to her childhood, which was also pretty traumatic, right? She had her own issues. And so I also don't blame Valerie at all. Like, I just don't. Baker is just a terrible person. He's a liar. He's a chauvinist. He's a pig. He's a liar. He's all of the things. Valerie just exists and is just like, I am a fucking bad bitch from New York. I fucking want to hate people, and I'm going to hate and I'm going to dominate these spaces. I'm going to dominate this small little room of 150 people on the internet. And that is like what makes her happy, and she's into it. She doesn't lie. She just comes in and calls it how she sees it. From what I understand, I don't know if it's true, but apparently Valerie has changed her mind on things. At first she thought Karen Reed was like guilty, and then she changed her. I don't know. I love that. I love that for her. I really just don't hate Valerie. And so I didn't feel like there was no hate fire in the recording of that song. There was no, it's not as good as the rest because it has no meaning behind it. It was just like, let's just do a song. This is funny. Ha ha ha. Let's talk about how she dominates this. My favorite line in that song is how she takes over your spaces. It's not even yours anymore. You're not even a speaker. That's so Valerie coded. So Big Husky's at the bottom of the list. So it's After the Wilbur 1, the Doughboy Can 2, and Big Husky 3. I suspect Big Husky will continue to move down the list of least favorite songs because the next Baker inspired song has the potential to be better than After the Wilbur, in my opinion. It's why it's taking so long. So no hate, no shade on Valerie. I adore her. So there's that. No hate or shade on Jolene now that I understand who she is in real life. You can't hate it. She's doing the best she can. She's figuring out how to just live her life. Definitely no shade on Megan Fox. I have no problems with Megan Fox, but she's a fellow conservative. No issues with Megan Fox. Somebody sent me a screenshot, though, of Megan Fox. Holly McNamara tagged Tim Weisberg in a post and asked Tim Weisberg to speak about the accusations I made about the nylons thing. And tagged him. He doesn't use Twitter, so I don't. Maybe he does. I don't know. I'm not on, so I can't confirm. But I don't think he's on Twitter. But I would venture to say Tim Weisberg doesn't want to respond to any of this at all. At all. He probably is aware that an email went to Town Square Media about this. So I can't imagine he wants to get involved in talking about it. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know what show it was that I talked about it, and I talked about this stuff with Tim Weisberg or whatever. But I have a lot of weird feelings about the Tim Weisberg thing. I've talked about this, I think, once or twice. I participated in those conversations with my boss because I wanted him to give me airtime. I wanted to stay there. I knew that if I pushed back against that, it would probably result in not getting all those extra fill-in shows. I allowed him to treat me that way, to interject his sexual fetishes and comments into our work relationship. I participated in those conversations not often, many times. And I did that because of the work environment that I was in. And I'm not proud of that. And it fucks with your head a lot of times, just so people know. And I've talked to my husband about it. And I feel gross is the only way I can say it. It sucks. It sucks that I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know what to do. I don't know. It sucks that I rationalized in my head that this was like okay to deal with, okay to participate in, because I was getting traction on the radio. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody else that's ever dealt with that. If there's anybody, I never told him I was going to choke him with nylons. That's correct. I think that I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how people, I went back not too long ago and looked back at all of our messages between each other. First of all, it's very obvious that it started with him. Because number one, I'm not attracted to Tim Weisberg. And number two, that's it. I'm not attracted to Tim Weisberg. So the fact that he started those conversations and started our work relationship on that foot, that's obvious, right? But over time, I recognized that acceptance and then participating yielded rewards in the workplace. It became more common for us to have an interaction that was not appropriate. First of all, there's nothing like, there's no like, I'm going to fuck you. No sexting or anything like that. I'm talking like the casual conversation about that stuff ended up becoming just like, ugh, I hate myself for it. George is here, so we can't talk about it anymore. Oh my God, did you just take your head?
Yes.
Hi. Hi. We're finishing our live. Tired? How's the turtles? Do they like their treats?
You do. It's not really treats for them.
Who gets the shrimp? Who do you feed the shrimp to?
Fish.
Oh, do they like it?
That's what they normally do.
Oh, so then why did you buy it?
Because the teacher who was in charge of it, she's on vacation. So her email like working.
Oh, I thought when you told me you wanted to get them like your own fruits and vegetables, I thought that was, you wanted to do that.
No, they need that.
No, you told me you wanted them to have better fruit because the stuff that they were getting wasn't good. I thought that was like,
Yeah, but like that's the produce.
oh, the fish you had to buy, the shrimp.
Yes.
I see. Chat is saying hi, Georgia. It's very hot. It's 89 degrees right now. It's kind of suffocating out there.
It really is. It got to like 10:30.
It is.
Cool. And I'll have to work for another 8 hours.
Correct. You have to work at 6:30. What time do you feel you have to stop doing everything in order to be mentally and physically prepared for work? 3 hours before. Your sister could never.
Uh,
Your sister would come in from the beach and like jump in the shower, throw on her clothes, and make it to the cove with 5 minutes to spare.
no. No.
Why do you need so much time?
I just do.
Doesn't that technically add like 3 hours to your shift when you can't do anything other than
Yeah.
I'm like somewhere in between.
Because I need to take a shower, I need to get ready, I need to do my makeup, I need to get my clothes, and then I need to just like lay,
Right.
you know? Like I like to get ready then lay, so I add the lay time onto the get ready time.
God.
I don't like feeling rushed.
Right.
I like to take my sweet time.
You know who used to be like that? My grandmother. Grandma would get up hours earlier than what she needed to. And she would do exactly that. She would take time, she'd go do her hair and her makeup, right? And then she'd come back out and then she'd like make herself a coffee. And she'd sit at the table and she'd watch the TV. Then she'd go and get dressed. Then she'd come back into the kitchen and wash the dishes. She'd like, take so long. She was always so ahead. Like if we ever slept over there, especially like anytime there was school, because sometimes I can't remember, like if Mima went on vacation with Greg or whatever, we would have to stay at my grandparents'. Grandma would get up so early in the morning. She'd always have so much downtime. She was never rushed.
I like that part.
Yeah. When she walked out the door, she was never flustered. Julia, forget it.
Then it makes the rest of your day. So
Julia will literally be like, how much can I squeeze and fit into this amount of time? You know what I mean? She doesn't relax. I guess that's kind of like me. I very rarely relax. It's always something to do. What else do you want to talk about, if anything? Sir, what are we doing? Jeez.
I have I worked like
Wasn't long
let's
enough.
say 2.5 hours, but I just rounded to 3.
No, you have to say exactly how many hours you worked. Do they just tell you to manually enter it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just, I would round it up to the closest 5-minute mark. You know what I mean? So what time did you get there? You got there at 8 and you ended at 10:30, so 2.5.
Right. And 25 hours this week.
That's great. It's a nice little extra.
130 will be my paycheck. Not including taxes.
Yeah, but the taxes on that is for whatever reason, it's very, I don't know, but when I opened that check of yours and looked at it, it's like almost nothing comes out of that one.
It's because it's not minimum wage,
Right,
and it's also because it's like an education.
right, right. So I think you literally had $7 taken out in your taxes,
Yeah.
so. It's like you're spending money for the week, technically. In 2 weeks, you start your driving lessons. Do you take that time off from work?
I requested it.
Okay.
If he schedules me, I'm not showing up.
Did you explain why you requested it? Okay.
Because when you request time off,
Yep.
you like have to put a comment.
Right,
Most people will just like put like a dot or like a space. I put driver's ed this week from 8 to 3,
okay,
so I can't work.
okay. So,
I think I said 8 to 6
okay,
because
you wanted that time. So my question is, on the days where you have driving school, when are you gonna do the school job?
I'm not
They already know?
Yeah.
Oh, who's gonna cover for you?
someone.
Okay.
Not my problem.
All right, perfect. So you have the whole week off from work. So keep in mind, you won't get a paycheck the following week from either one of those. So just prepare yourself for that. So that'll be good. Now, when do your road lessons take place? When you go in, they're going to talk to you about when those are going to happen. But I think they start right after you finish the week's worth of.
I would have no idea.
Okay.
Don't know.
Okay. And I think I have to drive you to the driving lesson because we're outside of the area, I think.
Did they give it the option where
Yeah, remind me about that.
it was either they come here, like they come to Somerset, take me driving, but it's 2 hours.
Right.
And it's only 6 lessons. Or if you go to Fall River, it's 1 hour but 12 lessons.
And you said you wanted to do the 2 hours.
So yeah,
You really want to be in a car driving for 2
Yeah.
hours straight?
sure. I'm only doing it for what, 6 days, 6 lessons.
I know, but don't you think you're going to get fatigued?
No.
Where are they going to drive? How are you going to drive? What are you going to drive to fucking Connecticut? Like, where are you going to go driving for 2 hours? That's crazy. That's right. I guess now I remember it. So that's what you want. It's up to you. It's whatever you want.
Then the quicker it's over, then the faster I get my license.
Right. And then they take you for your license. They do the whole thing with you, the road test, everything. I think that's great. That's what Julia did. You're not going to fail. And then the goal is for you to practice driving to work every day in the summer once, you know what I mean? Like, do the same thing with Jack, like we did. Like, you drive there with me in the car, and then I drive home.
I have my permit. Like, that's the point of having a permit. It's like,
I just need you to have a couple road lessons under your belt.
why though? It does nothing.
It's
Literally just someone telling you this is how you drive when it's basic knowledge.
I
like,
prefer you to
oh,
have,
your blinkers on, you turn that way. Like,
I would prefer that you,
it doesn't mean anything.
I only have one car. If something happens to it, I only have one
But
car.
road lessons don't mean, I'm not going to learn anything. Like,
You're going to have all of those hours under your belt driving with an instructor. That is the point. If there was no point to it and it didn't matter, then it wouldn't, first of all, it wouldn't exist. People wouldn't do it.
About the
The road
driving
lessons.
or
Yeah,
the
the driving.
classroom stuff?
Classroom stuff is separate. That's learning the rules of the road, which you'll learn them, but they're not going to be. I understand that, but I'm saying after your actual road lessons of being in a car for all those hours with an instructor, then
What's the difference? I'm just driving with someone.
they're going to talk to you and teach you about driving. And I think the risk goes down for an accident after you've had 12. It must,
Julia got
Georgia.
in an accident.
It does, because they lower your insurance saying you've had this experience and you've done it with a driver before.
I think driver's ed is a scam. I think it's ridiculous. I think you don't need 40 hours with some idiot just telling you, okay, turn left. Like, they don't teach you anything. Everyone I've known who's done driver's ed said that they didn't learn anything. That they learned nothing from it. They just learned, the only thing they learned was parallel parking, but that was it.
Okay, well, if you don't want to wait until you're 18, like your brother did, you have to do this.
I know, but I
Okay.
think it's stupid and I think it's a scam and I hate how it's so expensive for no reason.
I agree with the cost is crazy.
You don't learn it.
The other option is we start looking for your car, and then you can practice that. Get the car first. I don't mind if that's the car we're driving. And that is what happened with Jack. Jack had his car first before he was driving every day. So I was letting him drive his car, not my car.
Let's go get a car.
I mean, that's the difference. You know what I mean? This is my one car. It's, you know what I mean? Like, if something happens
So if
to
I
it,
get a car before I do the road lesson, you'll let me drive.
yes, we can practice with that car. Yes.
Go get a car.
Okay, let's just gotta start looking.
Where do I look?
I agree. That's that place not having cars anymore kind of sucks, but we can call Jeff and see what he has on the lot over there in your price range. Facebook Marketplace. You already started looking on there. That's a good. Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted me to drive to
No, it's
Dunkin'.
fine.
Yeah, no, don't you want a drink and something to eat?
I have a drink.
All right, we can go to Dunkin'. We're just past the road. It's okay. We can turn around.
I don't know. I don't know where to look for cars.
Start with Facebook Marketplace.
I don't know what's going on.
So if you're in,
Like, yeah, low mileage, low price.
well, what I'm saying, yes. What I'm saying is there is a sweet spot when it comes to pre-owned used cars like that, right? Eventually, you're going to find one that's a good match. You can start typing in the actual vehicle that you want. If you want a truck, a small truck, a Toyota Tacoma, just type that into Facebook Marketplace.
No, I'm not doing all that. I'm having someone else do it.
Okay. Want me to tell Ron to start looking for a car? It's his favorite thing to do.
Oh, okay.
Have Angela start looking. You will be driving.
I need to start driving by senior year because I'm not going to be a senior not being able to drive. That's embarrassing. And I think every senior who doesn't drive is embarrassing.
Georgia.
It is. It's embarrassing. If you can't drive by senior year, what are you doing?
Who knows? You don't know that. You don't know,
The average
Georgia.
senior.
You don't know why somebody
What?
doesn't drive. You don't know if they have anxiety.
Okay,
You don't
okay.
know if they have.
Okay, I have anxiety too about driving. I get over it. Okay, I'm not talking about like financial and like family stuff. I'm talking if you have the resources.
Okay, that's separate then.
That's what I'm talking about. You have the resources. You have money to do all that stuff, and you just choose not to. That's embarrassing. Like you're in.
Very different.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Well, the way that you started off,
But I think if you are
like I couldn't drive my senior year.
okay, well that's completely different.
I'm just saying you wouldn't know. So everybody has to tell you exactly why they aren't driving for it to be okay.
No, I'm saying
By default, you shouldn't be looking at someone who's not driving senior year and say, yikes. You should be like, okay, maybe there's a reason.
the average person with the resources to get a license and you are choosing not to, that's embarrassing.
There are a lot of kids that don't have the resources. It's very expensive.
I know a lot of kids that do that choose not to get it.
Right.
And I think it's embarrassing.
Maybe you just focus on yourself
And
and
maybe
what's
if
right
you don't
for
have the
you.
money, go get a job. I know a lot of kids that don't have the money to go get a job.
They don't work.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Go get a job, work for it, then you can drive. But if you're choosing not to, that's weird and embarrassing. And you should stop. I'm being serious. Like, I don't like people like that. I don't. I don't like people who just like don't do anything.
I think you're thinking about like the people around you.
Yes.
Remember, we're live, so don't say anything. I think you're thinking about some people around you who are just like not going and getting things
No,
done.
I know.
I know what you're thinking about.
No, but other people too.
Correct.
Not just those.
No, I know, but I think you're being influenced by what you've experienced. And there are people that definitely have the means, definitely have the money, definitely have everything.
No, just
And they're still not
in
doing it.
general.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to be funny.
I know. But can I be, I'm just saying, like, what if you saw me when I was 18 and you were like, this bitch they live in a really nice house. She's got all of this stuff. You would never know that I wasn't allowed to get my driver's
That's
license.
my opinion about someone affecting it. If I see someone, I think that's embarrassing that they don't have a license. That I'm not going to say anything to them. I'm going to keep my opinion to myself, so it doesn't affect them in any way, shape, or form.
As long as you keep it to yourself, then that's
Exactly.
fine.
But I will.
Would you shame somebody for that? Would you say something to
if
them?
I knew that they have the actual means to, I will. I'm not being funny. Like if you
Georgia! Why though?
because that's weird.
What if they're scared and they don't want to drive?
Too bad. Like, too bad. That's sad and embarrassing and weird and get over it. Never gonna drive?
TT doesn't drive.
Yeah, and that's okay. But, like, good for her.
She doesn't want, but I'm trying to point out to you, like, TT just has never been okay with driving.
And that's her choice. But no, she cannot be mad if people think that's a bit odd.
She's always been nervous. scared of driving. Doesn't feel comfortable driving. I'm just pointing it out. It's too late. We're locked in.
I don't even know locked on me anymore.
Oh my God, we're in this line. We can't get out of it now. Can't even turn around. No way. How? That's fine. Are people hyping that song? What am I seeing? Hold on. This phone is overheating on us. So bad. Oops. There we go. Nemo went to Target. Hold on. I'm just looking at messages I have on my phone. Stand by. Doughboy is at number 37. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Amy Richtrup, I'm just seeing your messages in Facebook right now, Funeral Lady. I can't respond to these. I have to wait for Facebook to verify me. So it's like I can't see anything. I can see everything. I just can't respond. Text me next time. All right. So I'm just trying to. I can't believe the hype. How do I see where the song is on the hype thing? I don't know where it goes. I don't know where you can see it. I don't know. I'm unsure. Hold on one second. There's a chart. How do we find it? 5 years. Can I find it like on the app on my phone? I don't know how to find it. Hold on. I'm in home. All music, live, podcast mixes, news, pop rock. How do I see it? The little icon at the top left of your page on my app, though. Let me go here. The compass symbol, hype. Okay, check out the videos that fans hyped the most this week. Updates every 5 minutes. Top 100. Okay. I'm scrolling down. Oh my God, the Doughboy can is number 4. It's so funny. So I guess my question is, what kind of views do these other videos get? Like hyped videos, 45,000 views. Yikes. 196,000 views. This is disproportionate. This doesn't work. 94,000 views. Doughboy Can only has a couple hundred views. 107,000 views. What's the number one song or video get? 444,000. Doughboy cannot become a 200. So why is Doughboy Can with only a couple of thousand views getting? Let me click on Doughboy Can. Doughboy Can only has 1,900 views. You guys got Jimmy's up there. Trust the process. Okay. I think it's so funny. How great. Wonderful. I just went into Cyber Chick's chat and said, "What's up, losers?" while she's playing like a parody video of me. I just went, "What's up, losers?" Like, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is why I can't go on the fucking internet. I can't go to lives. I can't see what these people are doing because it's so crazy. Cyber Chick is living her absolute best life. I'm so happy for her getting all of the views and her good content. It's so amazing. Actually, you guys just want to go and let's give her some views. Do you want to go, Bunny? Just go. Get out of me for a second. Go to Cyber Chick and just do bunnies. Give her the views, please. I'm going to go and I'm going to put a bunch of bunnies. They're talking about J7 calling her a drunk. I'm just going to put a bunch of bunny emojis in the chat. Welcome, bunnies. Thank you. Take a step away. Go ahead. Do they both have blue glasses on? Can't be. That can't be true. Oh, this line is outrageous, huh?
Sister, you're gonna get you're a spirit. Lisa has no idea. Lisa, this is what Lisa left our sister text, which is left at this morning. We from myself from the chat. And I put her back in, and she removed herself again. Now we're gonna talk shit about her. We're gonna talk shit about her. I'm gonna talk so much smack. It's okay. Okay, that's just so. And then Turtle Boy is, no shade. But
So I was just at a phone call, but Cyber Chick is on her show, right? When everybody jumps in and she goes, "We are just being nice. We are nice here. We're just being nice." Cheryl, we jumped in your chat because thank you. You were streaming a video making fun of me. That's not nice, Cheryl. That's not nice at all, actually. So think about it. Thank you. And then instantly, thank you. She pivots when everybody's in there because we're just a small channel. Cheryl, you weren't being nice. And the second everybody comes in here and starts dropping bunny emojis, you're like, no, we're just being a nice channel. Before we walked in here, Cheryl, you were streaming a video making fun of me, right? About like whole milk and stuff like that. I'm not saying those words hurt. I'm just saying you're not being nice. Don't lie and say that you're being nice. You weren't being nice. So if you want to act a certain way, just own it. Don't lie. Like it's just like you're on a stream, you're making fun of me, you're playing a video, making fun of me. Fine, you can do that. That's great. Words don't hurt, right? We're just not. And then when everybody shows up, you start getting really self-conscious. Like, no, we're just a nice channel. We're nice. How is that nice? Is it nice? It's not nice. So I open up my phone just to look at my hype video. I see it. I pop in. I mean, I wasn't searching for it, but it is what it is. That girl has on a dress I like. That dress over there, that blue dress, I really like that. That's cute. This is cute too, huh?
I know that girl.
Oh, she's way older than you.
Yeah, she was a girl.
Thank you, Lucy. How's the grandbaby? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. You work with my son, you know that, right? Jack. That's my son. How's he doing? Good. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yay. Happy 4th of July. We've come full circle. Jack works with Lucy. OG 24 on 24s know we used to drive in the morning and come and see Lucy at Dunkin' every day before we started going to Society. Maybe that's what'll heal the internet if we stop going to Society and we just get 98 degrees. Wow. That's crazy. So yesterday, wait, I didn't even tell you this, but yesterday I was out on the pool deck after you went in, and all of a sudden I heard like it sounded like an explosion, but it was like a pop or whatever. And I got up and Jeff had a can of Diet Coke in the sunroom. It exploded. It was so hot in there, it exploded. All right, so we're heading home. I'm probably going to end 24 and 24. TT, I tried to call her back. TT, if you're listening, I think TT's coming over today, or I can't tell. We're going to, I think tomorrow as well. I think it's just pool every day. Everybody's coming over. So I hope everybody has a really great 4th of July. It's a very special day. It's the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. I don't expect everybody to know everything about that. I'm not here to be a history teacher. I don't even know all of the things I need to know. It's just really just a very patriotic day. Even if we know nothing, it's when the Declaration of Independence was signed. And it's our 250th, and it's wonderful, and I'm very happy for it. I hope everybody stays safe. Be careful of your surroundings when you go and watch fireworks. Have a great time. Stay cool. Maybe we'll pop in for a live, who knows, but we're going to go and touch grass, as they say. Thanks for a rando live stream today. I appreciate you all. And have a great day. Bye.
Who can send a text message full of hot demands? Pretend he's so strong with the words he sends. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. using his thick man hands. Thank me for all my gifts in front of all of his friends. The dope boy can. The dope boy can. Who can play pretend online? Tell you he's in love. Use you up and shut you out right when he's had enough. Ooh, the dope boy can. The dope boy can. Apologize to him because that's just what he needs. Bow at his feet and beg, no fleshlights please. Who can tell a lie and then a couple more? Paddle his way into your heart. You're just a crazy whore. The dope boy can. If the dope boy can.